you know, all the shit that's happened in the last year, the pandemic and everything like that, it's kind of like made me like appreciate being in Jacksonville. And I think when like the city kind of shut down, I like was able to just like go out and kind of breathe for once and like figure it out. Like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing? And I think like the rallies were like a big thing that like stuck out, where it was like, yo, we're going to these protests and doing all this stuff, but like for what? Yeah, I get it, like Black Lives Matter, and like I'm mixed. I got a black mom, white dad. I both sides of the spectrum, like white sides in law enforcement, like the gigs. But it's like, yo, what can we do as a community? Like, what can we make? Like, what can we show to the city? Like, yo, this isn't like, you know, Duval, like the fucking murder capital of Florida, and like, you know, the shithole. And it's like, no, like North Florida is like kind of untapped in skate spots and like all that stuff. And I feel like it's like the fire is just being kind of like lit.
My dogs! Tackling fuel.
Hydrated. It's crazy. It's
close enough.
Right, 85 in February.
Yeah, I'm wearing this fucking jacket.
Dude.
No. Alright, here we go. Another episode. MOFF Talks. First time in history of ever on this shit. We got the guy from last episode back.
Back.
That's right. He's got more shit to talk. He's got more shit to say.
Decent amount of stuff to say, for sure.
Well, we're ready for it, man. How was that little? You just threw an event, right?
Yeah, I just did an event. Yeah, BMX event downtown. It's like the first street jam, I guess. We started off at like Shiloh.
Tim Hankins here with Capital BMX. We're out here in Jacksonville, Florida today for the 5th stop of the Do the Damn Tour. It's looking like a great turnout so far. We got a bunch of riders behind the cameraman here. It's about to be a great time. Check it out.
Where you left your sins and all of your friends staring. Make my way to talk, as I knew it would be the go. I wanna be the very best.
And then made our rounds and then got the Flossie and...
Seen the kid bodied himself.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Homie got bodied down there at off that ledge. Straight backsplat.
Talk about the kid, y'all had
oh shit, dude! That kid that jumped over that fence at Shiloh. What happened was
Was
we
it like
told
a free
dude.
something?
Yeah, that was like the first thing before he went and like got out in the streets. Like we all warmed up there, and my homie Tim was like, "Yo, man," he's like, "We got to do something to like get it going." And I was like, do a race. Like at first it was gonna be a parking lot race, but then it was like, yo, let's see who can climb this big-ass fence, like this 20-foot fence. And, dude, it was for a chicken sandwich and a free T-shirt. And some homie, I don't even know, some new kid from out of town, like Tennessee, he just moved here.
This is our sport back home, boy.
Dude, that dude motherfucking hopped off his bike quicker than anybody I'd ever seen and then climbed that motherfucker. Didn't, like, scale it down. He just dropped.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's one pocket chicken sandwich and a T-shirt. You just got to be the first one to get to the back of the bus right now, over the fence.
oh, shit, that is, dude. Hey, no, this dude right here gets the sandwich. Right to flat, dude, and got up, like, didn't even catch himself or nothing, just
He must have been hungry,
bodied.
dog.
Dude, he got up and then he, like, got the shit. And then a second later, he, like, grinded up the big-ass rail right on the corner. That Darius Back Smith, that big white corner rail, that's super tall.
I probably know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like when you're... Now you're good. It's like when you go up the 6 stairs, I think. It's, like, off, like...
At the church?
At the church. So it's, like, the little handrails and shit, and there's, like, that big one that goes out into the street. And homie hopped up the curb and, like, muscled up a grind up the fucking rail.
Leo Romero on a bike.
Dude, that was like crazy. I've seen that shit before, but like knowing that rail is a tall ass rail and like people struggle to skate that, it's like, damn, like you fucking muscled up a 30-pound bike, grind up the rail, got off, and then he turned around like right as he did it, right back down it and shit. It was just like,
he just had your shit on it one time.
Yeah, that was it. That was like, all right, we're done at this spot. Like moved on, like. Fuck it, but...
What, do y'all want to see something else? No.
Yeah, dude, like, that was, like, it was just nuts. It was, like, we got there, did that, then we just, like, literally made our way right into downtown, and then we got the Flossie. Downtown was straight, but like none of the dudes that ride BMX here in the city, like they don't ride street. Like they just go to the skate park and fly around and shit, especially Monument or like Emerson. But
It's not called a bike park.
yeah, that's the dumbest shit. And it's weird because like I'm like, yo, I grew up in an indoor park owned by bike riders, so it's like, what are you talking about? Like we build the same ramps y'all build and shit and ride the same things, but I get it though. Like I get that. Like we want to keep our shit.
Well, no, it's one thing if you're like a little kid, like this kid back in the day. He used to come to the park and we'd see him at Kona. We called him Chancho. He looked just like the kid from the fucking movie, no joke. We called him Chancho. And he would bring his bike to Kona, but he would skate at the park.
Yeah.
Bro, all he would do is just like air out. And he wouldn't even like land with his feet on the pedals or nothing. He's just like...
That's the thing.
He's hitting the bus up on the bike, bro. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little kid. He's probably grown now. You know, he's older now.
Yeah.
But this kid had to have been like 8 at the time. And he'd just fly out, get in the way, just...
Yeah, that's
no
usually
manners,
what it is, dude.
no mannerism.
That's usually what it is. Like, kids that get into that shit, like, get into BMX, like, they're kids.
Right.
Like, they have no clue. They're just on a bike, like, oh, shit, I can get some air and, like, whatever. But they don't understand, like, the etiquette of being in the park on the bike, like, watching out for skaters, like, staying out of the way, not chipping up the ledge, like, just the whole gig. Like, they don't understand it. Like, when these parks get built in the city, especially Jacksonville, they build them in neighborhoods for like the little neighborhood kids and stuff.
Like a JCP, like Jointon Creek.
Yeah. Or like, I mean, shit, hell, even like OP, like that's right in the heart of a neighborhood. So like all the little kids, like they go right there, you know. And you start looking at it, and you're like, damn, Jacksonville is this big. It has like I think 15 parks. Like me and somebody were talking about, like even in the surrounding area, there's like 15 parks altogether. But it's like they're all neighborhood parks. Like they're not one big like, yo, this is the city park, like, you know, almost like an adult park per se. It's like you go to OP or something like that. And I mean, back then it was cool because it was so big. But now with that new layout, it's like it literally seems like only one person can skate, like flow the park without running into each other, like going over a hip and like clipping somebody, or I don't know, just like from the footage I've seen. But it's like you see
completely accurate.
Yeah, it's like you go and then you go to JB and it's like...
Or if you fuck up, this is the one thing about OP, you fuck up and you go at the wrong time, you're at the daycare. No, you're at the daycare.
Legit.
It's not even funny how many fucking kids there are. I've never punched a little kid, but I've thought about it a couple times, you know what I'm saying?
Dude. Because they don't got that standard no more. Like, they don't have a structure, I guess. Like, I don't know, when I went to OP, like, growing up, per se, like, you know, 10 years ago, it was like, fucking, you know, I'm 28 now, but like, when I was 18, 19, I moved out here, it was like, Miss Angie ran that shit, and like, you fucking had to wear a helmet.
Put your fucking
helmet on. For some reason, Pat, Darius, and David, only motherfuckers never had to wear a helmet. Everybody else had to wear a helmet.
Unspoken,
dude,
bro.
it was unspoken.
It was unspoken.
I think just because Darius had his big fro at the time, they didn't have a helmet.
They were the park pros, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't have to wear that shit. They got the pass.
Those dudes.
I eventually got the pass because it's me.
Yeah.
Bro. No, I had to work in the fucking concession stand for it to be like that.
I think Neil got the pass too.
Of course.
Yeah, I remember the first time I seen that dude. He like
those are the original 3 that got it off rip, and then everybody else just slowly
fell into play. Like, all right, Miss Angie, cool. Let's set this helmet over here. Like,
well, then randomly she'd be like, "You gotta wear it today." What the fuck?
Yeah,
for?
she's like, I gotta complain or some shit like that. Like, all the the police rolled by and seen all that.
I have it on for 5 minutes. Take that bitch right back off.
But that was cool though. It's like just as much structure as you try to implement there for like everybody. Like, not even that it was much. It was just like, yo, pay your shit, sign it. Like, make sure you sign in. And like, she was always blunt about that, but definitely kept us in line. So like, when we went to any other park,
signing in was just so the park, like not the park, but the town could see people are coming to the park, how long they're staying. So like, because I think that was when we were trying to get the money for like more shit. So they don't want to put money into something that nobody's gonna come to.
Exactly. So. And I think it helped though too. Is just like we all got to know each other's names through that fucking sheet. Like you see like one person sign in, or like whoever signed in through the day, and you're like, oh, this is who's at the park right now, or like who's all here. And like that was like a cool thing.
Just missed them.
Yeah, like literally, like you'd have like the checkout time, and like you would miss Pat by like 5 minutes or something like that, and like. I don't know. That was like a good time though, for sure. I remember like they did that well, I don't even know what. It was like you said, we were trying to raise money and like awareness for a new park, and then we went to the city hall and did like the little skate contest there and shit.
A
Like,
lot of shit.
dude, that was a good time. Like the fall festival, I think it was.
Yeah, I had to miss that one for work.
For real. Yeah, that was a good one. I remember.
I miss all the cool shit for work. It sucks.
That was like the one time where I like was down with the skate community, I guess. Where like it seemed like how it should have been, like when I moved here, like, oh, this is where everybody's gonna be at, but like, no, they literally pulled out a flat bar and like some ledges into the parking lot, and like mad fools showed up just to skate a flat bar and like some shitty ramps and like just to like try and get that park
demo.
Yeah, literally, that's what it was. It was the funniest thing too, is like people were actually like walking through that festival to like, hey, this is sick. Like they're putting on a skate demo or like a skate contest, and it was like literally two objects in the whole parking lot. But
look at this fucking skate park they got.
Yeah.
Parking lot.
Yeah, man, it's just trying to figure out a way to get back into it. Like
Right.
Spencer and Darius and those dudes, like, yo, dude, like, go get a board. And then Steven, it's like, yo, just get one. Like, do you even skate? And, you know, they're always giving me shit on Instagram and Facebook, like, yo, you don't even skate anymore. Like, what are you talking about? Or talking shit or something like that. Yeah.
All the time.
But yeah, they're like, you don't even skate, man. But it is what it is. Still step on a board when I can.
But you could use excuses like got a kid, this, that. I don't have. I just don't go. I just don't do it.
Dude, I don't know. It sucks though, because like when I do step on, I'm just like I can feel it. Like shit's still there, but then I'm just like, I fucked up. I should never have quit.
Crushes me every time, bro.
It's like should have never quit, I guess. But then, like you said, it's like I moved to Gainesville 7 months after moving here, and like getting into the scene and like hanging out with everybody at OP. I moved straight to Gainesville, and that was like the worst.
Yeah,
like
you didn't hit up like Possum Creek or nothing like that.
Hell no. That just wasn't an option like that. Like that was like empty. Like I didn't know anybody to like to go skate with, and like, yo, like let's link up there and like get shit, like get flowing, like, you know, get the knees moving and stuff. It was just like show up there by myself, and like one other kid might be there, or like you said, it's a daycare, and it's just like thousands of little kids there.
Hey, if you don't want to skate that park, you go down the street a little to that Walgreens. They got like the longest double-sided curb ever. So
Yeah.
that's always good too.
I know, like them, the park that I used to skate
And
out
it's
there.
waxed the fuck up, so they obviously must come there a lot or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, the park that I used to skate out there, that was MLK. That was at like the that was at like the Martin Luther King Center, like on a weird side of town. But like it was weird because like you'd show up there, they would call the police on you like before 4 o'clock if you skated that park.
Oh, like that bullshit they got over at Wilson.
Is that what they do over there?
Yeah,
I kind of heard about that. Like they'll call the police, or like they'll come out.
They'll
and kick
tell you
out.
you can't. You have to like wait to skate. Like,
is it like a school or something?
yeah, which I mean, I guess I get that, but
Yeah.
it's. I don't know what people being outside skating the thing that you built it for is. I don't see the problem there. You put it there for that reason.
Yeah.
Put a sign.
That's what I'm
put a
saying.
sign up or something.
Do you know what's crazy though? Is like the city talked about it but didn't talk about it. Like I
I
remember
didn't know shit about it until I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah.
That they were just, there's 2 fucking
new parks.
Yeah, identical or whatever, somewhat identical.
Yeah, they what's it called? Like, my homie works for Team Pain, and he hit me up about it and was like, hey man, like we're building these 2 like little spot plazas or whatever you want to call them, like skate spots. And
Rob Dyrdek, bro, safe spot, skate spot.
yeah,
bro.
and they built those things, dude. And I mean, it's cool. Like it's sick. It is an opportunity, but it's just like, fuck, man. Like why does, I don't know, it seems like every park they build nowadays, not Team Pain, but just most people, is like all these random ass ledges and like weird quarter pipes and stuff like scattered in the park. And it's just like, how can you hit that if there's like this bank or like this drop ledge right in front of it? And it's like, doesn't make sense. So it's, I don't know, like seeing Jack's Beach and shit, just the potential that park could have had. Instead they built it like a fucking racetrack. So you gotta go around one way. If you show up and like skate the opposite way, it's like everybody's looking at you.
The first thing I was told, word for word, that right there. Yeah. Don't go that way.
Yeah.
Go that way.
You'll mess up the flow.
You'll fuck up the flow.
It's funny though, because like when
you know what I did? Fucked up the flow.
Purposely. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's like you said earlier about like it's a skate park, not a bike park. Like, dude, that park is the funniest to hear that shit, dude. It's like ingrained in the little kids, dude. Like you'll be little homies like 4 years old.
Yeah, they're probably
dude.
on a scooter too. So
yeah, they'll come up, sir, you know your bike's not supposed to be in here. And it's like, dude, why are you talking to me like you're 4 years old, 5 years old? Like go go stand over in the fucking moguls or something like that and be in the way. Like, don't talk to me. I didn't do nothing to you or whatever. And it's like,
Officer Johnny, we got it handled.
yeah, it's gnarly. But like Stems, I get it though. Like, it's a neighborhood park, man. Those families and all that shit, like, they work for that. So it's like, it makes sense. Like, you know, if the city comes to you and is like, yo, I want to build this park, or like, or the skaters per se, like, hey, we want to park in our area. It's like, everybody thinks like here it's just the skaters, especially the BMXers. Like, man, fucking skaters, they get everything, and like then they feel entitled and like barge the park. But it's like, no, guys, like when these cities have these city council meetings or like city hall meetings or whatever about a new park and a staff budget and all that shit, the little kid that plays t-ball, like his parents are gonna show up, and he might have a brother that skates, and it's just like the whole trickle effect. So then like you do go to these meetings and then you see like 400 or 500 people there, and it's just like, what the fuck? It's not all skaters, it's grandparents, the whole gig.
Right.
And it's like they want to build it for themselves and like the community. And it's like, I feel like the skaters as a community like are kind of fucking up. Like, there's not like there's a hierarchy, but there's not like an organization.
It's not controlled.
Yeah, it's not controlled. And like to see the shit, like,
I guess control isn't a good word though. It's not organized.
yeah, it's like, I mean, same thing. Like, you know, the same situation. It's just like there's no like, I guess like chapter or something like that where it's like a group.
There's nobody out there like boom, boom, boom. We gotta do all this shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's not even just like one person. It's just like a collective of like the higher ups. Like, hey guys, like we need to get the skaters together and get everybody together and like talk about this shit and like have an open discussion about trying to get like a real park built. But instead, it's just like everybody stays in their little niche and like rides Emerson, or they only ride OP, or like, granted there are some kids that do travel amongst the scene, but it's like we know who those kids are, and like we see their Instagram all the time and we see what parks they're riding, and then you realize like, yo, those kids aren't only just skating here in Jax, like they're over it. Like, I'm gonna go skate, you know, down south, or like go to Lot 11 and skate that beautiful park, and like blossom
you had
more,
to drop
dude.
that in that beautiful park.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I mean, I've never seen a park where they try to like replicate, you know, famous spots and shit like that. And I don't know, I've never been there, and I don't know if
It's
they're
like a video game map.
yeah, it's like, I don't know if they're to scale or anything like that, but like to see like the church or like that white rail, like the Miami rail being there, or like the sundial, it's like, that shit's sick. Just because I remember like Muscat tail sliding the sundial as a kid, and it's like,
Yeah,
now you start.
What Corey Duffel do on it? Corey Duffel did some shit on it in Right Foot Forward.
I forgot about that video. But yeah, it's like, you just don't see that, I guess. And if you do, it's like, dudes leave Jax. Like, they leave Jax, they want to go somewhere else where the scene's, I guess, more vibrant and more flourishing. And it's like, dudes come here to try and like make shit happen. But I guess it's like, some people just don't want to see that shit happen, so they're just like, no, that's whack. They get all jaded to it.
I think it's more just people just, I don't know, it's Jacksonville. Nobody really fucking like nobody
knows each other.
Nobody takes it to the point of like wanting to do that, because it's easier to just go out and skate and not give a shit. You know?
And dealing with the repercussions of like standing up for some shit.
We're just here to do what we're here to do, man.
And I say, and yeah, I mean, that's just because like it's skating. Like, that shit's so free and like open. Like, you can be anybody and like pick up a board, and it's just like you're in the crew now. Like, not in the crew, but like
shops are good about being supportive of wherever, you know.
Yeah, and
that's good.
Yeah, that's like, it's hard. I mean, especially in Jax. I think like Taylor mentioned, it's just like you have 2 core shops and then a bunch of like weird surf shops and stuff like that, and it's just like, when you're a kid at one point, or like even in the middle ground, like in our 20s, it's like, yeah, I'll go to Sunrise. Like, for me, I'll go to Sunrise or whatever. It's like, especially Sunrise, because I have a kid, and so it's like easy to go buy myself clothes and get his little ass some Vans or something, or like Sunrise shirt. But then it's like, when I want something that's like very exquisite, or like, I guess upper echelon, you know, like a shirt or something like that, like a dime shirt or a bronze shirt, it's like, I gotta go to Taylor's. And it's like, being that he's a boutique or whatever, it's like he's not getting the whole fucking season or something like that. So it's like, it's sick that he does, you know, he can do what he do. Like, he can do what he does, like, on the budget that he has and shit like that. And, like, with what people are, like, bringing into his business, it's tough.
Right.
Like, other, you know, like, the block, I guess, is it's sick because it's like, I don't want to say it in the wrong context, but it's like a Zoomies. in a way.
I mean, what, like they
layout,
they got what you need.
Yeah, like the layout, like it's fire. You can go in there and there's hundreds of boards there. Like
Yeah.
I've never seen a skate shop besides Zoomies. Like,
yeah.
pick any deck you want from literally a 7.5.
Well,
to
then
a
you
10
see all this
board.
shit with like the pandemic fucking up wood. You know, from what I noticed, they never ran out. You know what I mean? So they stayed stocked.
Yeah.
That's always
That's like-
always good.
That's a cool thing, like to have like a core shop that can do that. Because, I mean, 10 years ago when I first moved here, it wasn't like that.
Right.
Like the block was just like it wasn't really a thing yet.
Yeah.
But like Board City, I think it just closed, so it was just like I literally was stuck going to Zoomies. I think I went to like some smoke shop in Mandarin and like tried to buy a board, but it was just like, dude, they had like blank decks in there for the price of a
They
graphic
got one
board.
out here. It's called a fucking half pipe.
That's what it was, I think.
It's over off College.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that place. Yeah, I've never bought anything skate related from there. I'll put it like that. Oh, the trusty grinder. Had that bitch for like 10 years. That's where I got it. So that's like the only purchase I've ever made there. But yeah, as far as the skate aspect, they'd always have like
Weird shit.
like element decks.
Yeah, like old ones.
Nobody. When was the last time you seriously saw someone like be like, I want
Element.
the element. I want the element.
It's not
bro."
2003 no more.
Yeah, bro.
Bam ain't fire no more. I hate to say that.
What?
But yeah,
Bam still got something.
he did a little tray flip, rock the fake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I seen that. The other day.
That was fire. I mean, it's sick that TK is trying to help the homie out. And,
Yeah.
like, I know they're both going through it, but like,
Yeah.
for both of them to link up and shit like that.
No,
Like,
TK was on that gangbanging shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know it was like that. That shit was kind of caught me off guard. But that was like 3-4 years ago.
yeah, like right at the end of like the old Baker thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That shit was gnarly. But yeah, we're just dude. And I guess trying to just figure out the scene, like try to make something happen. Like everybody's not like bored, I guess, and not saying that they are. Like you just did your event. Clearly, everybody had a good ass time, you know.
Hey man, we did what we could.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody that came out. You, everybody else.
Yeah, so it's like just seeing that and just thinking like, yo, like somebody else is trying to do something cool for the community, like actually the community, where it's not like this little niche ass group or like this little crew over here. It's like, no, like y'all are doing it for like your brand and like your show and
Yeah,
Glass House Recording. It's like letting it be known like, hey, we're here as like a foundation and we're trying to
talk, guys. Alright, we can show
Yeah.
it too, man. We can dish it on, man. We can throw some shit.
Yeah, so it's sick, and I think like we need more of that. Like
Oh, definitely.
there's definitely like it would be sick.
The
to,
second
like,
we did that one, I was ready to do the next one. It was just like
yeah,
it went well.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do.
dude, that energy.
Yeah.
I know that energy. Like
It took me a minute to like be like, all right,
kind of chill out. real
you
quick.
can't fucking just rush right into the next
Yeah,
one.
that's the thing too. Is like me and my buddy were realizing like that I run Television with. Like he's out in California, and we were talking about events, and like we did one last year at Kona, and there was like 400 or 500 people came out to it. Like they got all the money back for it and shit like that. And then like I remember we did it, and like I was like, yo, we gotta do another one, like literally like next month, and it was type of thing. And he was just like, we both kind of thought about it, and we're just like, nah, obviously it's too soon. Like we're not gonna do something a month out, but it was just like, don't want to oversaturate it, and just like start doing random events and just like throwing shit just willy-nilly just because then people lose the track of like, I guess that purpose or like why you're doing it or like why you're trying to put
Doesn't
the
make
skate
it
event
as special.
pure. Yeah, it doesn't make it as pure or like as core. So
Yeah. Gotta space them out. Put some weight on them, you know. That'd be like if I don't know, rapper or some shit dropped a fucking.
yeah,
Well, no.
I mean, Currency.
Gucci proved that one. He dropped a mixtape like every 3 months
Currency
for like
does
2
this-
years.
Currency
3
does
years.
the same shit. He just came out with one yesterday and like one last month, but it's like those dudes are putting out consistent quality content
Right.
that like is
Yeah.
it's their own wave. They're not like
Yeah.
hopping on all these random beats that like
Yeah.
are just all over the place. It's like you hear a Currency song and it's like they all flow. Like it's literally like you could play like his first album to his last album almost, and like you can hear the changes, right? But it's like he's maintained through the whole thing as to like who he is and like what he does in the game. And it's like there's dudes that do that, but then there's other dudes that just like come in and fuck shit up and act crazy and just like kook out, and like the next thing you know they're gone, and it's just like, yo, what happened to so and so, like, or what happened to this brand? And it's just like I've seen that a lot living here, is like people trying to start stuff and it's just they don't get the backing, and it fizzles out. But then like I talked to them about it, it's just like they didn't really try. They didn't try to like throw an event, or like they didn't try to like give out a free shirt or whatever the case was to like get it, let it be known like, hey, this is what we're about. It's just like they were just stuck like, we're gonna go sell these shirts for $40 or like $30 and hope people buy them.
They're trying to just make the come up.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't work as easy as you think it does like that. Like Nike didn't just become Nike overnight like that. Like, oh, we're just gonna fucking start charging $80 shoes. Like, nah, like they built a fucking platform and then like built up from there. So now they can charge like a couple racks for some Dunks or like some Blazers or Jordans.
They
you know
don't
what I'm
charge
saying?
that. They don't charge.
Yeah, they're not
the fucking asshole resellers.
Yeah.
Fuck those.
I mean, I don't know as far as I'm so out of that Dunk game now, but like I just remember like
just another cunts. They're a bunch of cunts. All right, just know that.
But definitely trying to figure something out as to like bring a television out here and like do my thing here.
Yeah, how is that going?
It's alright. It's like it's picking up. I've talked to, a few people about it and stuff like that, and they're like stoked on it, just because it's not like this, I don't know, I guess it's not like a skate shop thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, not saying like, I've had this discussion with Taylor, and like Taylor doesn't want to be labeled as a skate shop. You know what I mean? Like it's permission. Like it's not like permission skate shop. Like it doesn't have that skater tag. So like I was saying, like you can go into his shop and be whoever and just see some fire shit and just buy it or whatever at a decent dollar amount and like keep it going. But guess what? That shirt's gonna fucking fade after a while, and it's like, what are you gonna do with it? Like you're gonna throw it away? It's like you spent $75 on that shirt. Like you worked X amount of hours of your life to get that shit. So now what? It's like it ain't fresh no more. So I'm gonna try and figure out like a way to start like a foundation for the younger kids, or like the kids that are stuck in that middle ground in like Orange Park or in Jacksonville or wherever that can't get to the block or can't get to permission to get that shit. So it's like I know homies that got hand-me-downs, or if they want to make a couple bucks reselling, like sell that shit to me, and then I'll help those dudes out, and like I'll sell it to them, but obviously not at like the dollar amount that I pay.
You only
like
do it for $5 and try to sell it for $50.
Yeah, it's like, no, like if I get like put like this, I did it today with a few kids, like they had shitty boards, so it was like, yo, if you got a shitty board and $20, like give me your board that $20, I'll give you a board that I have. And it just like recycles itself, because then now I got $40, I'll go buy another new board for myself or whatever the case is, or buy just like a board different size. So then like if I see a little homie that needs it, it's like, yo, I got a brand new board right here. Like these two kids basically bought it for you, and it's just like you're helping each other out, and like don't really know it, but it's like eventually you will, because then it's like you're coming into the shop or like coming into the spot to like just hang out. But like I don't want to make it like a legit, like this is just a skate shop, or like this is just a bike shop or whatever. It's like I want it to be like a lifestyle thing where like you don't have to feel obligated to go in there and buy shit, but like you can go in there and like take your old clothes there and help out some homeless person or family that might like,
so like kind of like a like consignment almost, right? I think that's the proper term.
yeah I'd be like me and Plato's Closet type shit. But like
but those guys
corporate,
they fucking they give you $2, they sell that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So like, and that's the thing.
Hold on, let me tell you this. A friend of ours, a good friend of ours, he took a pair of True Religions there to Plato's. It was a real story, like pretty much brand new, like definitely 160, 200 range. I'm not joking, they offered him $5.
Dude, it's nuts. Yeah, so it's like that shit's
like
whack,
what the
dude.
fuck? Like hell no.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I ain't gonna fucking lowball people. Like if they come in there and they're like trying to like, yo, dude, I got all this shit. I want $600. I'm like, no, motherfucker, like it's not happening. It's like 'cause I gotta resell this shit and I ain't gonna make $600 off it. But like, if you come in there and it's like you have like a few pair of shoes and a bag of clothes, like I'll give you $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you could resell it, but there's just like, do you want to deal with the hassle of it? Like posting up on. I mean, I see some homies around here like that, but like that's their niche. Like, they're good at reselling fucking clothes, and like that's what they do. You know, like that's their whole style is like going to thrift stores and doing that. But then there's some dudes that like they don't want to do that. They just like want to get the gear, wear it, and then if it becomes busted, they're just like, fuck, I just toss it, or you know, it's like they don't know, it just sits there. So I don't know, it'd be cool just to like do something like that and just fill a void. And not saying it's like stepping on toes around, but it's just like, dude, I live at the beach, like I see it out there, like all those kids are rich, like I can look at the top of somebody's deck, know what board they're like, where they bought that complete at, or like who gripped it or whatever, and it's just like,
Wow, you can do all that by looking at it.
yeah, I mean, generally, yeah. Like, dude, I mean, you gotta think though, like you gotta think of who's carrying what boards. Like,
Yeah.
it's like girl chocolate. Like I was saying like to Taylor,
I'm good
even
on
with
that.
you're good on this.
Yeah. Hey, okay.
But
Oh, bro, the tray's right there.
oh shit. Shit, I was
Bucket,
like,
trash
dot,
can.
dot, dot, dot.
No.
No, no, it's
We
new
have-
now. We got
have
the
a
new and
we-
improved.
A new advancement.
Yeah, but
For all of you talking about, what does it sound like now? What the fuck does it sound like now? You're welcome. We did that for y'all.
fucking working here. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
But
We care about the viewer. All right. We promise. What? No, you're saying.
no, you're good. I think it's kind of funny. Like, it feels like we're back in the '90s again. Like, whether it be the style of skateboards or like the music or how we look and dress.
Not music.
Not music. Like, I mean, not like that. But I mean, I've noticed though, like, just a lot of like seeing some videos or whatever. It's like got a lot of
No,
old
I
school hip hop.
definitely
like,
noticed like the baggy shit.
Yeah.
The baggy shit's coming back, but it's not like Jinko OD baggy.
yeah,
It's like it looks proper.
yeah. It's like late '90s type shit.
Yeah,
Like,
probably,
some
yeah.
dudes are over the top and are like early '90s, like fucking parachute pants, and I just nuts,
No, or they'll
but,
like they cut them so they're even wider. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they cut up on them,
I mean,
and they just like I don't know. They just seem wider when they got the fucking phrase on
the
them and
cuff
shit.
jeans, like the cuff pants thing. Like, I fucks with that. The ankles are showing type shit.
Oh, on some like Dylan Reader.
Yeah,
You're on your
it's just
Austin
because I
Gillette,
like
bro?
that. Yeah, just because I like that. Because like you see certain tricks, like I don't know, like kick flips and shit like that. And like when they're all boned out, it's like it's focused in on like the shoes and the feet, and it's just like it always gave me an idea like who was wearing what shoes or some shit like that. But now it's like, I don't know, the baggy shit's cool. Dudes are like skating small boards. Some dudes are skating like small ass boards again.
Oh no, they're
Like-
going back to the popsicle stick.
I mean, I've seen some dudes on Shaped, like 775s,
I've
like
seen people doing that.
it's-
Bro, you seen Chico Brenes going crazy
everything,
on,
dude. Oh
on
my
the
god, I
2
love it, dude. Dude, big old 215 indies and shit on 10-inch boards, like still ripping them. It's
Fucking
like,
ridiculous.
but that's like that like, bro, that's the whole culture though that like people are missing, like that skating from his day, growing up as a kid, like stepping on this big ass board and doing shit, and then like slappies or whatever. It's like Chris Roberts went from 775 to like a 825 and slappies and rails, and it's just like it seems like it's going back to that like era of like small companies and shit and like underground stuff popping up.
Bro, I learn a company every day now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know if you ever seen like The Man Who Sold the World.
no.
No, it's like about Steve Rocco. He
Oh, the dude from World Industries.
World Industries, yeah. He like destroyed the whole industry, like literally destroyed the whole skate industry. Like killed off Pal Peralta and like took all their riders. Like killed off Vision Streetwear. Like killed off Santa Cruz. Like, I mean, didn't literally kill them to like no existence, but like changed the game so that they weren't like running shit no more. Like you didn't have to skate in contests to get noticed anymore.
Right.
Like these dudes were skating street and all that, and like obviously it went from like Steve getting told by the Vision Streetwear owner like, yo, skaters can't run businesses, like skaters can't run companies and shit. Like, dude figured it out. Like, yeah, okay, I'll show you. And, like, we'll give these skaters more control.
Right.
But then the skaters realize, like, yo, we got control. Like, we can go get contracts here, there, right? You know, do our own thing. And it's like, that's how Girl and Chocolate started. And, like, but now it's funny because, like, now I go to
all that shit.
yeah, and, you know, and then it got so big, like, where it became, like, those skater-owned brands became the head honchos in the forefront. So, like, World, Blind, like, Zero, Toy Machine, all those brands, like, under distributions.
Yeah.
Those distributions collapse. Like, once those distributions and those foundations collapse, it kind of opened the gates for skaters to, like, oh, let's step in and start our own shit, or, like, let's, you know, get our crew together. And, like, the homies that might not get sponsored or put on, like, we'll fucking do our own shit and put these dudes on. And, like, you know, eventually they'll get into the magazines. And then, so when you got dudes like Chico, who, like, when Girl went on their little girl tour and, like, dude, boom, threw on the girl shirts and shit like that, it was like, see ya, Chico, sorry, buddy, you can't come with us. And, like, that's why Chocolate started. And it's just like, now you got all these other dudes and the whole other family, and now it's just, boom, one big collective. And
Yeah, bro, I remember being, like, a little kid, and I was like, bro, I'd see people ride, like, not think about it, because I didn't understand the distribution part. I'd see it's like Alex Olsen riding a chocolate board. I'd be like,
yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah, dude, yeah. It was so weird back then, though. It was just like, but that was so crazy. It was like, back then it was just like, even further than, you know, like, in the early 90s when it was like Heath Kirchart and those dudes, like, it was hard to get sponsored, dude. But, like, nowadays it's just like, literally every kid is sponsored, and, like, they're not really filming anything, or they're like, yeah, they're putting out content, but it's like, bro, I do not want to hear a fucking Chief Keef, like over subbed out, like,
Yeah, no,
extra
that
edited.
topic, I've
Over,
I
right?
beat that one in the head.
And it's
yeah.
like, I see some dudes that are, like, stepping up and, like, getting cameras and stuff like that. And, like, I've talked to the kids where I'm just like, yo, dude, like, go film some shit. Like, if you did a fucking slappy on a curb, that'd be way cooler than, like, you board sliding the skate park handrail. Like, I mean, not to sound like that, but just, like, I just would be way more stoked because I know, like, you're out there working for some shit instead of, like, at the park just, like, literally getting it easy. And it's like,
I don't know. I mean, it depends, I guess, how you look at it. Because
Yeah.
to them,
I mean, I'm just
to
down
them,
to
they're
Florida
working
now.
on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To a
I
little
guess.
ass kid, being at the skate park every day, like, it's like a fucking soccer practice when
Yeah.
you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids that are good at soccer, it's because they went to
Yeah.
the park every day. So, I mean,
and that's the clips I see now, just park clips, I guess.
right, but I mean, shit, those dudes don't get it anywhere if they don't go to the park every day. Not saying you have to,
You're
but
right.
some dudes like Corey Kennedy, bro. I remember reading an interview, and he's like, yes, read, didn't watch.
Yeah.
I actually read the magazines.
Listen, read, watch.
No, but he said, they were like, how did you get that good? And you got that good in 2 years.
Yeah.
You just skated flat in front of his house.
See, that was hard. Like,
Like random shit like that.
that's what was tough for me, I guess. It's like when I moved here, like, dude, I felt so out of place. Like, even still now, it's like, I skate and it's like, I see dudes doing, like, full cap flips and down shit. And then I see, like, dudes doing switch flip back tail. I'm just like, that shit that I would see in skate videos, like, that wasn't accessible in my area at all.
Right.
Like, nobody was skating like that. It was like we were feeble in ledges and, like, smithing ledges and, like,
Feeble in the
front blunting ledges
Bro,
and just that
Mike
we were just.
Carroll on him, really feeble
Yeah.
the ledge.
I learned them from that, and it's
What
funny.
the fuck? I used to try to do it, fly forward every
Dude,
time.
fucking shout out to Paul Hart. That dude actually gave me some props on doing one. He was like, I've never been able to do it. You know, and it's like, to hear that, I was like, wow, like, thanks to, you know, because that's just like, that dude's rat, like,
No, that's
fucking rad dude, you know.
tough if you can do that
yeah,
shit.
it's like, I've just learned them because I seen, like, Carroll do them and Jamie Thomas do them so much down shit that it was like,
That's, yeah,
that's
Mike
sick.
Carroll, yeah.
Like,
That's the one I always saw.
yeah, Mike is realistically, like, it's funny, like, most of my favorite skaters are goofy. And I skate regular. But the funny thing is like, I throw my, like, Reynolds, I throw my board down with the wrong hand. So, like, throw it down right hand, step on my back right
I got a
foot.
homie who skates regular, but he skates goofy, but he's left-handed.
Yeah.
So he throws down, like, weird, like you're talking about.
Yeah, so it is weird. It is super weird, dude. Like, OCD type shit. Like, all that stuff, like, trickles into, like, just figuring out what a skateboard was and, like, getting into it, dude. It's just, like,
Right.
mind-boggling. Like, I don't even know what I'd be doing if I didn't have that thing. Like, that shit was like a portal. You know what I mean? It's
Bro, I
like,
really thought about that shit earlier. I got on a skateboard because I had a ripstick.
really?
Yeah, like I got one from Sports Authority. right?
Authority.
Bro, and
I know.
You wanna know what I went in there for? Because my grandma was like, you know what? Whatever, you're doing good in school or some shit. Heelys. You can get Heelys. That was when Heelys were hot. Everybody had
I
them.
had some.
I was upset I didn't have any. I wanted some.
Yeah.
We get there. Bam Margera Hardigram. I think I said this in the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bitch.
What color was it?
It was like black and blue. Had the Hardigram on the nose, said Bam, all that shit. Purple trucks. Just regular white wheels.
Yeah.
Skated on it for maybe like total of like a week. Then we went to the next thing. That was the thing when we were kids. One day, you know, for a week we're riding skateboards. For the next week we're riding rollerblades. Next week we're riding fucking ripsticks. It just always changed. And then I was like, I wonder what it's like to skate now. Bro, ride a ripstick for like fucking 4 months and then jump on a skateboard.
Foreign.
I got on it like that, bro. Like hit like the little kid, like girl who's never skated, like teetering with my legs all stiff as fuck. I was like, whoa. I was like, this, no, because I used to be able to ride a skateboard.
Yeah.
For real. I was like, that pissed me off. And that day I stayed on it.
Yeah, dude, like, I think I told you the same thing. Like, my first board is like a 8.5, big old monster vert board. So, like, back then, like, dude, 99, like, 98, 99 or so, like, in those times, it was like everybody was skating, like, 7.5, 7.75.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I remember you saying this, yeah.
Dude, I got that big-ass vert board, and that was probably, like, what made me not really learn tricks the way that, like, other kids did. Just because it was just so fucking heavy and so big that, like, after that, I was always, like...
I never understood the heavy thing. That's just the thing. I don't know. Because I've always skated indies. Everybody's like, indies are heavy.
I had gold wings, dude.
I don't
even know who skates gold wings.
I don't know what you're talking about as heavy, because I got hollow trucks. It's
See,
no fucking different to me.
I
don't know. Maybe it's just me not really paying attention or caring. Or...
I don't want to say I hate indies, but, like...
Oh, dude.
I have to, like, dude... I can't skate new indies. Like, they have to be hand-me-downs.
Okay, if you can at least agree on this, then we're good. Fuck Venture.
Yeah. I will say this. It's so funny.
Fuck Venture.
I just posted, like, a picture the other day. And
Only trucks I've ever seen snap.
Really?
Not just the Kingpin. I've seen snap.
You know what? I can't say that. The only trucks that I've ever broke are Royals, and those are still my favorite trucks.
I had one pair.
But do you know? Listen to this.
Pair.
So here's the difference too, and on the industries a little bit in BMX and skating. Like with this, what's your favorite board company?
At this point,
I'm just saying, like in general, just like what's your favorite board company?
I kind of always like floated back in the day, like Baker's tight. Now Anti-Hero's tight. Like it was just whatever I would get into or read into enough, like. Or whoever, like, my favorite team was at the time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But that's how I would learn shit, like, about distribution. Like, oh, that's why Alex Olsen can ride a chocolate board, because they're under the same distribution.
Okay.
You know.
So
I just kind of floated around.
In these industries, right? And, like, how we were talking about the ran by these distributors and all that shit. Like, in skating, when you buy, like, a board... Baker, chocolate, whatever, it's your favorite company, and you break that board, typically skaters are going to go out and buy that board, right? Again, same shape, even possibly the same graphic, like boom, boom, boom. No matter how fast they break it or how fast it, whatever, they're just going to keep buying that fucking board.
People are like brand loyal, like they ride for the shit.
Exactly, right? Then you got companies in BMX where, like, they've been around for years and they're established and all that shit. But say, like, they try something new that's kind of unorthodox. Like, in skating, it would be, like, the fiber boards that came out. Or, like, those...
fiber light.
You know, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, all those
P2.
tech boards,
Yeah.
right? All that. That's, you know, but kids will buy them. It's like, oh, it's
Right.
stiffer, all this stuff. In BMX, dude, people are kind of jaded to that. Because they'll go out and buy a part, and they'll spend, you know, like, $175 on some cranks. And say, like, they break them. Dude, that company's probably going to canceled out. Get the fuck. I'm never buying this shit. It sucks.
They get the cease and desist.
Literally, dude. But
or the
it's
stop work order. That's what
so like the money in the industries or whatever. It's like in BMX is like it's behind, 10 years behind. So like your top street riders now in BMX are like there's probably a handful of them. Whereas like in skating, probably like 15, 20 years ago or so, like when we were kids. There was, like, a handful of them. Whereas, like, now it's, like, you have this whole industry of skaters where, like, you have your elites. Like, Nyjah is, like, up there with your NBA, basketball, like, all that shit. And then, you like, it trickles, right? And BMX, it's literally, like...
So, I guess that would make, like, that would make P-Rod, like, what? I don't know, Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't want to call Michael Jordan.
No, I'm saying like, but just like they're up in that elite echelon, right?
Yeah.
Like Sheckler, those dudes are top tier.
Yeah.
In BMX, those dudes that are top tier, and like the pay levels, like Nigel's a sick, like $1 million skater, like the top rider in BMX is not even
the sponsors. Though.
Yeah, I mean they're still the same. Like Vans, like Vans, got their BMX team and Red Bull, but like those are the guys that are just like, oh, we just figured it out. Like, oh, we'll draw this market in. Now it's like building and stuff like that, and like in skating, that shit's already been done. Yeah. So it's like already been established. Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, all those companies have already entered, did their thing, built up this like revenue in the industry. Then you got SB, Adidas, Cons, like those other hierarchies, like stepping in and like funding all this shit and doing it a proper way where like then they start canceling these core skate companies. And it's like, oh, like now the skaters, like I said earlier, like, so I feel like it's the 90s again because like these dudes infiltrated into the skate industry, broke in, figure out how to put a bunch of money into it so that now it's like broadcasters, like aesthetic, like this is cool. Like everybody bites out of skating now, whether it's like music or cars or
music is the big one.
Dudes are biting out of it, you know, and it's like that is just now starting to happen in the BMX side of it. So like the money is just starting to get in, and like shit's like if you do something like obscure, kind of like Andy Anderson or somebody, it's fucking weird, and like people don't like it. Like they don't like that shit. It's not cool to them. Like it's gimmicky. It's not core. It's like
it was just the way you say it. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, no, it is, dude. Like it's like I don't know. It's like you can't be yourself. It's like if you try to go out there and like do just like make up like weird obstacles, like there's a dude named Tate who like does all these crazy ass tricks and like front wheel will pop off and it'll bounce back on his bike, like gnarly shit, right? It's like on the scale of Chris Haslam. Right. We're like doing tech weird tire cheese and cracker shit.
Yeah, taking the wheel off and the
yes,
on
this dude gets hated on so much for doing that.
That's a day one.
Yeah. But still, like, stuff like that, like, these dudes, like, there's dudes like that just get shitted on. And it's like, they get on a team and they don't make any fucking money. Like, your frame's $400 or $500. Like, people aren't really going out there to buy it like that. It's like, it's an industry that can progress, but it's so, like, trying to keep it core that it's, like, not happening. It's like, Dave Mira obviously was our Tony Hawk. Old Davey Mira, you know? But it's like, you got a few other dudes who are like, it's funny, like you'll look at like the skaters of like those eras or whatever, and like you can literally pinpoint like skaters to bikers of whose styles are like similar and how their careers are and like their money scale, and it's just like, oh shit, like it's really not that big over here, but like over here in skating it's just like it's fucking huge. Like you can do whatever, you know, and like start whatever, make wax and sell. It's like over in BMX, if you try to do that, it's just like
you want to know the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Like someone like trying to like branch off and do something different, bro. Apparently, Daryl Stanton. I don't remember who told me this story, but I think I do. Regardless of that, apparently, homie was trying to start an earbud company. Hold on, I know what you think. Earbud headphone, like put them in your ears, like so you don't hear anything. Like what the fuck? Yeah. Like that's a weird market to want to jump into. Like I would never think of it. You know what I mean? That was just the like weirdest shit I ever heard. Like, but then what? Justin Elridge got a fucking flavored golf tea thing now. Him and Jerron Wilson. Yeah,
dude, it's nuts. Paul has got like a Black Plague beer company or something.
That
like,
one's cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's sick now that like skaters have learned how to be able to market themselves and like use their skill and not realize like, you know, it's funny because like, you know, my dad and I have this conversation a lot. He's like, dude, you gotta get a fucking job, and when are you gonna get a real job and like hang up the skateboard or the bike? And it's just like,
imagine telling your dad, I'm gonna get pro at skating and then I'm gonna start a fucking earbud company. I don't know. It just sounded so weird. I'm not hating on the man's hustle.
No, you're good.
Daryl Stanton is fucking raw as fuck. But that was just the weirdest shit I ever heard. Like like sound blockers. Like I don't know why I thought it was so weird. No, regardless of that, it is cool though when people try to do something like unique. Like the golf tee thing, I'm not hating on it. I just last thing I would think of was a flavored golf tee.
Yeah, you know, like I said, they use it. They figured out like, hey, skating is more than just
people buy it.
yeah. Skating is more than just pushing around and like doing ollies and kickflips and shit. It's like, yo, this stuff's marketable and like you can use it for bigger and better things or whatever. And it's like, it's cultural. You know, you go out and meet so many different cats in back like different cities and stuff where it's like it's breaking barriers and like, yo, what's up, dude? Like, nice to meet you. You know, like, where's the spots at? Like, where can you go out to eat? And I feel like that's like I said earlier, like it's something that's missing out of here where like you get out of town and there ain't shit to eat. But like I've worked at, you know, 4 hotels down there and like 2 restaurants. So it's like I know the layout, you know, it's like I can take you somewhere and possibly get the hookup or like whatever. But it's like I said, it's like something that needs to be done, I guess, like here. And I think that like trying to get everybody together, at one spot, preferably like, you know, Hemming or something like that. Just schedule a day, and I think like
used to happen. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I think this like preferably this go skateboarding day. Like everybody just like gets together and just goes to Hemming. Like fuck the police, whatever. But like don't skate there. Like just show up and like dap up. Hey, you know, nice to meet, whatever. Because I know there's kids out there that are good that like get scared to go to some of these parks because they don't know the scene. Like, you know, they don't know if they're gonna get beat up or like.
Did you ever go to him and go skate day?
No, that's what made me move here.
Oh,
that's what was like. Yo, I seen all that and I thought it was just like normal. Like
I remember one of the years. I don't know if it was the first or the second. Bro, the Sunrise team pulled up in matching fits, bro. Like they look like a basketball team, and I was like little ass kids, so they're all like the good kids you see on YouTube and shit. So you're in that kind of like, oh my god, these are the fucking dudes that are good around here. I watch their shit all the time, and I'm just like watching them roll in, just like, what the fuck? Like it was like when you're little like that, shit like that makes such an impression on you. And now if I saw it, I'd be like,
yeah, you know,
you're
magic.
Right. You're magic.
like all team shirt, but it's like.
It was cool. It had numbers on it and everything.
Like that.
Yeah, bro. This one, it was a gray shirt. They wore black shorts. Like, yeah.
Kitted, like the whole kit. Like,
bro, like they were. I'm pretty sure they were all on the same shit. Like
same boards and everything.
Well, I don't know about same decks, but like it definitely probably was some sort of Sunrise deck. But whatever. Like it was like.
I will say that
they've
made nice shot
everybody
boards.
on the team was fucking good. It was like not ranking on that shit. It just now when I think about it, like damn, bro, like. Y'all came in like a sports team.
Yeah. Like. I mean, you gotta think though too, like living out at the beach and then like living in Florida. It's
good
like,
concept. It just
it's just that's what I've realized too. Is like living out in Florida. It's all what's it called? It's like all competitive and shit. Like Tampa, you got the like skate contest, all that football. Like the actual sports, like when you start really factoring in all that competitive shit, like football and like baseball, track,
baseball,
all that.
Yeah.
Dude,
because they go with the Rays and they got
like
the Bucks. They just won.
It's like
Florida's up, baby.
Yeah, right. It's like Florida, Texas, California. Like those are the big places, dude. Like those are the places where it's super competitive. Like everybody's super hungry to make it out, and like you know, it's like kind of cutthroat in some places. So it's like I said, like skating is super like. Acceptable for some people, but like you said, like if you're doing some weird shit or like if you're doing something obscure, it's like kind of stand out. And some kids like literally get jaded about that and they want to fight you over it. It's just like what? Like I've seen it at like some of the parks, like not I can't name names or whatever, but it's just like literally seeing kids like start arguing over some fucking why are you doing nollie backside 180. It's just like what? Like shut up and like. Dude, you just skate, dude. Like, why are you bitching about what he's doing? Like, I don't know. It's just super weird, I guess. And then, like I said, like, when you're 14 or 15, it's like you can't really get to these parks. But when you do, it's tough to mingle. So, like I said, if you can make it out, like, go skate day or something like that. And I know it sounds crazy, but, like, the BMX's day is the next day after that. So it's like go BMX day is like
no shit, like no joke.
Yeah, it's literally the day after. So it's like
I want proof.
I'm pretty sure.
I can't do it.
I'll pull it out real quick. I think it's like the next day.
Go skate day is the 21st of June. Oh, he's saying it's the next day after it.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's man.
Because I swear I've never heard of Go BMX Day.
I know it sounds so, dude. It's like crazy.
I swear if it's
Yeah, it says through a BMX Day jam at the Orlando skate park. Based off this video, it was a packed house. So I don't know whenever this fucking video was, but that's like.
I mean,
literally,
it exists.
It's like it changes. I mean, some days
I
it's just
never-
different in
I
some
never-
places.
I've never heard
It's not like it's not like legit as obviously Go Skate Day where it's like
right, that
the
shit's
world
like a whole,
knows.
That's like a whole like foundation or whatever.
Yeah,
type
it's
thing.
like I said, dude. There's no governing body like that where it's just like skaters have figured it out. That's how they get. They build these governing bodies to get parks built to like establish it in the community. So then it's legit and it's not. It's bro. That's what is like sick about skating. Like the reason skating is so fucking cool is because like you guys care. You know what I'm saying? Like you care about how you look. You care about the like everything. You just like. People care about that shit, but like in BMX, it's like, you know, it's all over the place because it's still new. Like even though it's been around like the same time as the 70s and all that shit, it's just still new. So it's like, fools, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, go skating like that day, June 21st or whatever. Like, it'd be cool to meet up in Hemming just with everybody in the city, like the whole city, downtown.
When they were doing it every year.
Yeah, I mean, and whether it be Go Skate Day or whatever, just around that time, I feel like would be a good time for just everybody. Like, whatever, if people get pissed by like the scooters and the bikers, the rollerbladers,
Talking like
everybody, and like
X
legit,
Games at
I'm
Hemming,
talking,
bro.
get to fucking Hemming, everybody, like talk it all out and hang out there.
I'm
Everybody,
down with X Games at Hemming.
I'm talking, fucking pull out the gorilla bar, like break all the rules at Hemming. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
going
keep
crazy.
it going. Keep
But
it
like,
going. That was sounding good.
but like,
you're
yeah,
selling it. To
I
me.
mean, just like, kind of like throw our thing there, and if it gets shut down, like we literally storm the city and go skate around and like hot chocolate type shit. Like, just, I mean, why not? Because it's just like,
what was that America shit? Wild in the streets.
yeah, wild in the streets. Like, just why not? Like, nobody's like, I mean, Taylor did the permission event at the handrail. It's like, why didn't they go skate around the city? Like, take everybody with you. I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's kind of a drive and it sucks, but like, you get enough homies with you and everybody, and I know fools got cruiser boards. They're gonna set the fucking cooler on the board. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know fools are crazy like that in Florida.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
guys.
Now, fools in Florida love events, so it's
Yeah.
like, why not try to just make some epic ass, like, do it yourself event? Like, I throw events, you throw events. Why not, like, everybody like that's wanting to do something like that? I mean, shit. I look at it like this.
Thrown oven. One.
Whatever. I thought you threw two, but
Oh, well, no. The first two... Well, no, actually, no. The skate ones, yeah, that was... Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of the other one, the pop trunk. That was our man, Cormac.
shout out
But
to
I was
Cormax.
part of that.
Thank you. But yeah, like, I don't know, just show up, and I think it's because I say this stuff, and like, I don't know, I think like the rallies and this, you know, all the shit that's happened in the last year, the pandemic and everything like that, it's kind of like made me like appreciate being in Jacksonville, and I think when like the city kind of shut down, I like was able to just like go out and kind of breathe for once and like figure it out. Like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing? And I think like the rallies were like a big thing that like stuck out, where it was like, yo, we're going to these protests and doing all this stuff, but like for what? Yeah, I get it, like Black Lives Matter, and like I'm mixed. I got a black mom, white dad. I both sides of the spectrum, like white sides in law enforcement, like the gigs. But it's like, yo, what can we do as a community? Like, what can we make? Like, what can we show to the city? Like, yo, this isn't like, you know, Duval, like the fucking murder capital of Florida, and like, you know, the shithole. And it's like, no, like North Florida is like kind of untapped in skate spots and like all that stuff. And I feel like it's like the fire's just being kind of like lit, like where it's like a few dudes are like I said, like sticking out and like getting noticed. And granted, they're leaving, but it's like they're progressing, but it's like it's getting Jack's like kind of like, all right, cool, like what's going on over here? And so like there's a lot of dudes that are coming into this area that like they got shit to prove, you know. It's like they left their hometown or whatever for a reason to like come here and like, all right, I'm gonna establish myself. And like a lot of the dudes I've met, like similar stories, like, oh, I'm gonna fuck California, I'm gonna move to Florida, like I only got a couple grand in the pocket. It's cheaper, and it's just like it makes more sense. But like, I think just with Jax being so big that like, it's like I see a lot of the locals like just like you said earlier, like just chilling. Like they just want to go skate. Like they don't want to like, they're just trying to do what they want to do to get out.
Man,
but like,
that's
that's
what it's
so
for.
it's
You know,
like,
I mean, that's some people just look at it as that's what they do.
Yeah. So
Some
like,
people, it's not that they don't care to try to build it or anything.
yeah,
It's
I mean they do.
It's nothing like
they
that.
do. I will not discredit nobody. 'Cause, like there's dudes that
It's
do.
just some dudes are just like, bro, that's
Trying
cool
to-
and all, but it almost feels political. You know? What I mean?
Yeah.
It almost feels.
And I
political.
get it, and I get it. Not everybody's into the politics of it, and that's like I said, that's where skating and being like those, it's like the free spirited side. But like that's what's unique about our sports is like it's not like basketball or football, and it's like this super governed body, and you're drug testing, and like, you know, it's all these crazy ass like the NCAA, and like kids can't get paid to play. Like, why not? You know, like why can't this kid like? And I get it. It turns into professionalism, but like, dude, I got friends in the league, and I got friends that like are here from Jacksonville, like playing in the NFL, and like friends I grew up with, like winning state championships with, like that are in the NBA. It's like playing for the Orlando Magic right now. It's just like I know what those dudes went through to get to where they're at, and like I'm sure, you know, when they went off to school or whatever the case was, like they could have used like a little like leeway money to like get some groceries or like some school clothes, and like in a sense, like that's like what I'd like to do with Roots is like build up like a.
Yeah, you were talking about that. Tap in a little bit on
so,
that one.
Yeah, like Television, I told you earlier, like that's not. That's my homie's like production company. He isn't, so we'll get into both of it. It's two separate things.
Right.
But
You talked a little into it last time, but
Yeah.
I guess you can get a little more detail.
so Television is to multiply and conquer, love everybody, and respect all hustle. And like basically, it's based out of California. My homie was in the military, and he kind of was like starting to get out and did his time or whatever, and like started shooting music videos and like got a camera, and just he went overseas on deployments, and like that just kind of triggered like, hey man, I'm starting this little production company, and like basically what you guys are doing right now, like shooting this. And he's like, I want to start shooting videos, and you know, shooting music videos and small movies and documentaries. And it kind of got to this like the joking point, like, oh, I want to shoot like a documentary or a story of your life, da da da. And then it kind of got put on the back burner. Like, this was, like, I was just having my kid, and, like, he was, like, you know, he didn't have his kid yet or whatever, but once he started having his kid and my kid was already born, he's like, yo, I'm going to put it on the back burner and not do anything with it. So I hit him up and was just like, yo, what do you got for shirts and all this stuff? Because he had sent me, like, merch and stuff, like, wear and all that stuff here. And he just was like, here's all this shit, send it to me. And so then I'd use that to go ride my bike and just like pull up at the park, and if somebody started beefing or whatever, like they'd see a shirt or like the sticker or whatever, and like we just kind of like hash it out and talk about it. And then eventually it was like, yo, I'm gonna use this Television brand and start throwing events, like, hey, let me bring a girl to the skate park. And the first park I did an event at was at Monument. Me and two homies previously had did small little like weekend, like, yo, let's get up together and go ride around town, like find spots and shit. It was this dude Dave Williams and Lane Hartman, and they're like locals here. Like Lane, actually, it's weird, they're locals, but like they're born other places and shit like that, so they're not locals. But that's how most of us kind of are. That's how we kind of found each other. Is like we're all from out of town. Like let's get together and make a crew. And so it was like we'll just call ourselves like Television. Like kind of would be like the main dude, like going around like trying to put shit together. And we did a jam at a shop here that just opened recently, a BMX shop called Planet Bicycle. And then
That's
it just
out here, right?
it's in Atlantic Beach.
Okay.
So that's what's weird too. Is
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean like in Jacksonville.
yeah, so that's what's weird too, is like the BMX shop's at the beach, and like nobody rides out there but me. So it's like I'm like, I mean, there's dudes that ride, but like nobody rides.
One is the loneliest
Yeah.
number.
So I'm the only dude out there like legit riding
Yeah.
20-inch bikes. But basically it's like I went to Monument one day and had a girl there, and Mike P was there, and he was filming a line, and he was like, yo, like, the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why do you got a tent, like grill, like it's 9 a.m., like music blaring, like what's going on? We were throwing a jam today, like, you know, the whole nine. And there's like, I don't know, I got a picture somewhere, it's like the first jam or whatever, and it's like there's a dude in there rest in peace, Randy Taylor. Like, he passed away like a year from the time we took a picture. So like, yeah, so like this past July like 27th for his birthday, we did a memorial jam for him. But basically, like, we just started doing jams there. Like, show up every Sunday, like, bring the grill at Monument, like, nobody's kicking us out. We'll stay there until the lights shut off in the baseball diamond.
Right.
And then it was like, all right, like, let's go to Emerson one day. And we get there and it rains out, and it was like, fuck it, we'll just fire up the grill. And like, skaters showed up there, and there's like, yo, like,
Oh yeah, those.
yeah, dude. So like,
There's food. They're there.
yeah, so like they like pouring down rain, so we just sat under the pavilion just grilling out the whole time, and like, it was cool. Like, it was a good time, and like Red Bull Dave and all those dudes were there and stuff like
Super
that.
Dave.
Yeah, Super Dave. And dude, it's nuts. Like, just the correlations of all the shit that's happened in the last year to like get to hear. But with Television though, we did a jam at Kona, and there's like 300 or 400 people, and gave them all the money to that. And then COVID hit like right after it happened, and boom, they stocked their shop up. And you know, I helped them out, I'm sure, a little bit. And then the rollerbladers, I think, did an
Well, I
event
probably
there.
appreciate that.
Yeah, so it was super cool, like, good people. And yeah, then after that, it was like COVID hit, and kind of like chilled out and didn't know what to do. And the BMX track on the north side, like, it's an Olympic style facility and stuff like that. And those dudes, like, official,
To skate,
dude.
bro.
City, like, city pays for it a little bit or whatever, but like, it's all volunteer work. And like, you go out there, you have dudes literally traveling to train for the Olympics and Worlds. Like,
Bro, I just kind of realized you said the word Olympics, and we're talking about BMX.
It's in the Olympics this year too.
Yeah.
But BMX racing though, but this is what a lot of skaters don't know. BMX racing has been in the Olympics since like 2007.
Has it?
Yeah.
I did not
Freestyle is getting in this year right now, and it's
Because I know they're
like,
bringing skating and all that shit in.
yeah,
They
and
talked
it's
about that,
like,
like 10 years ago.
yeah, and it's like people are like pissed because it's just like it should have already been in, or like some people are jaded because it's like, real quick on this topic, like it's too constructed. Like,
Right.
these little kids are learning how to skateboard. They're not picking it up like all of us did, where it's like, oh, this is
You just
sick.
got
Like,
on it because you wanted to
yeah,
ride.
they're training kids to like whoever, you know, kickflip, like it's just like drill sergeants out there, you know,
Right,
and it's just
turning
like,
into fucking, it's baseball, soccer.
yeah, and it's gnarly.
You
It's
can
starting.
do that to anything. You just have to let it happen. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Let it happen. Right?
I mean, it's cool. It'd be sick to see like some high school like skate team type, like,
Bro, what? No,
dude,
in
that would be
California-
sick,
In
dude.
California, I read this too. Wes Kramer, he did skate PE. That's pretty much what
Really?
he said. How he like got how he graduated high school. They had like a YMCA skate park or some shit.
Damn, that's
And for
sick.
like last period of the day, they go skate.
That's sick. But yeah, so like I said, with Television is like, just do events around Jax and try to just get people together. And like, yeah, mainly they're BMX, but like, dude, I really want just people to show up in general. Like, that's just like the main focus is just like,
I mean, that's the idea.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I get it. Like, that was the basis. It's like, I'll use this to like talk to people. Cause then like, I had my kid, obviously it was easier to teach him how to ride a bike than a skateboard. Like, 3 years old, I don't want him pinching his fingers and shit. So.
Classic dad move. You got to teach the kid how to ride a bike.
Yeah, so, and I don't want him to be a dork ass kid out at the beach, like, fumbling his skateboard and his bike around and shit, like, big ass beach cruiser. I'm just like, dude, get a BMX bike.
We're
Like,
getting
what the
you on a
fuck?
fucking red line
Dude,
tonight.
yeah, like, Dave Mira, I still got my shit, like, you're gonna ride this, like, 50-pound bike, you're gonna learn how to, like, pick that shit up, but, no,
No, there isn't a kickstand.
exactly, right? Dude. But like, yeah, it's I'm just like just trying to do bigger events or whatever, and like I said, that was just the basis, was like get in the park with a bike and like talk to people and like figure that out. Like, I had no idea at first like bikes couldn't be in the park. I just thought nobody like rode the skate park because they were so small. But then like, yeah, that's true, but it's like, no, this, like, the parents, the skaters, they show up to these fucking meetings and they're like, no bikes, dude, like, sorry, like, that's just not happening. It's too
the only place
small,
I've gone where they let you that I remember is Kona. Where
Yeah.
it's like,
dude. And there's been its waves where it's like one day a week to like no bikes at all to every day to like, it's just, but it's just, I don't know, it's the family business and I get it. They want it a certain way and they do want to preserve that place.
right.
Like I said, build something for everybody. Like, stop making the city so per se segregated still, and like make something inclusive. Like I think we talked earlier, like, yo, Hemming is like a love park type of thing. We're like, yo, you should cut that off from the skaters.
Yeah, it's like an equivalent.
Yeah, you cut the skating off from those dudes, and it's just like, you can't go there and skate. Well, guess what? Like, you're gonna have no foot traffic downtown. Like, you're not gonna have like 5 or 6 skaters stopping at the little sub shop right here to like support this little family business.
Look at pretty much what it is right now.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but it's kind of like where, you know, the homeless people chill. But I mean, it's really like one of the few spots where there's not a whole lot going on. They can just sit and mind their fucking business.
Yeah. I mean, now that like it's kind of like I said, I guess like I don't know. The cops are worrying about more shit outside now. It seems like we're like, I go downtown and like, yeah, I might get a boot from Hemming, but a majority of the time it's like, oh, I'm just here by myself, like skating around, you know, like doing that shit. But back to the topic of the television shit that we just said was like just throwing the events and like doing that stuff with my friend and like trying to help him start his production company and get that going. And with Roots is going to be called Rising Out of the Shadows.
Yeah.
That's obviously based out of here. It's going to be like, me and him talked about it one night. We're like, yo, you realize like you start Roots Rising Out of the Shadows, like the sun rises in the east and like settles in the west where television is. And it's like, it makes sense to like complete the rainbow, you know what I mean? Like complete the rainbow and like
stars aligned.
Yeah, and we were talking about it in a sense as to like, you know, like uploading stuff and like all that thing where like the algorithms of like, you know, if he's uploading something at 11 a.m. like there and I upload something here at this time, like, you know, it's going through the waves like freshly in the morning and then like later in the evening, and it's just like it's crossing paths between each other. And it's just like I said with the Roots, I think it'll be something that like kind of gives skaters a foundation and people a foundation to like, you know, like let's just go do some shit and like build from the ground up again and like actually make something happen instead of just like I said, like we'll just suck it up and get this shit and like that's it, you know. And I guess kind of like be okay with it and be complacent, because then it's always one of those things where it's like with us, it was like, yo, let's fucking get Team Paint in here and build a skate park, like
Oh yeah.
everybody, dude. And then once that kind of, and I hate always dogging because it's there and it's nice and it works and it's, you know, but it's like
It's concrete with some metal.
yeah, but if it ain't broke, don't fix
If it's
it.
concrete, you can't fix it.
That's what I'm
Unless
saying.
it breaks.
Dude, the part, like, that's what I was saying. It's like, they redid the mini, like, that was so weird, dude. Like, I remember they redid the whole park, and then, like, the next year, the park got tore down, and it was just like,
No, we had the
mini ramp redone.
we had the initial rebuild Team Paint. They did that one really good. I like that one really.
No, I'm talking about the wood park.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's the initial. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because it was the one that had the like fucking the big ass roll in, the fun boxes, all that shit. Well, we kept one of the fun boxes, but it had all that. Well, actually, we kept all of it. We did. We kept most of it, I think. But that was all that shit in the corner, like the small quarter pipe, and it went over to the big one, and had the down rail and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it had the down rail, but it might have. I don't remember too much. The
Well,
original OG park, like.
Because they had the big
with the
fun
shack
box there,
and all that
too.
shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah. This I'm talking when they actually built like those buildings for like concession and shop.
Okay.
That's the initial one Team Paint did, the wood park.
Okay.
Best mini ramp. I'll say it
Yeah.
every episode if I have to.
Yeah.
Best mini ramp.
Yeah.
Like, I shed tears by myself.
Also, the best, like, I think the most slept on thing there, too, is that, you know, the big ledge with the quarter pipe. It was, like, oblong in the park.
Oh, and it had the quarter pipe on the back.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like there was like the really high ledge, like Stevie Williams like fucking ledge.
Yeah.
Or you like bump to like hit it out, and then on the other
next to
side of
it
it,
had the fucking the A-frame ledge.
yeah, dude, that thing was so fire. Like that, I mean, that park was so good. That was like, I don't know why we got rid of that park or like why.
We wanted concrete so bad.
Yeah, just like I think that, you know, it was just rainy, and then we fucking hated sweeping it off and like all that shit, dude.
I got to the point where I was like, I loved using the leaf blower.
Really? Oh shit.
I get to play with power tools. No, no, that shit was fucking. It'd be the first thing I do.
Really?
I'd be like, "Where's the fucking leaf blower?"
Yeah, that shit was so fun.
Like,
Like,
get the squeegee that shit.
yeah, I mean, it was so sick.
Yeah.
Like, perfect coping, like, buttery long.
So I
like-
learned everything I ever learned.
That's what sucks too about living here is like the best quarter pipe in Jacksonville is at the block.
That new one?
No, just that one little like actual, just like,
The long one?
yeah, that's like the best, like,
Yeah.
just quarter pipe. I mean, besides the obviously the hips at Emerson, but like to get like a good like deep like 50-50. That's like the only one that's like you can just get like a good deep 50-50 in and like just like slash it good. Like, you know, it's like every other place is like all these fucking, I don't know, like JB. It's got that weird ass like banked in quarter or whatever, and it's just like the transition's terrible. Like the park's all built like on the flat spots of the ground. It's like all slanted.
The bank on the back of that bowl, like with the rolling.
Yeah, that weird like steep ass rolling.
It's like right next to the little flat bar.
No.
Which one are you talking?
The one that's over in like before you hit the step up, like the Euro gap. There's that big long one with that super steep rolling by the awning. Yeah, it's like that transition shit. It's like
I was about to say because the little one on the back of the bowl with the rolling.
Yeah, and I ain't skating no 60mm wheels to go ride the fucking bowls. So you know
you
what I'm saying?
You don't have to.
Yeah, no.
What? I seen Fink fucking.
That's Fink. That's those dudes. I'm not those dudes.
No, Fink can do it. Anybody can do it, man.
No,
Fink. That dude right there is motivation. Fink fucking can do it. You just got to do what he does. Put your mind to it and fucking do it. Fucking nose grind, hand grab, the fucking deep.
Yeah, that's Fink, dude.
Like yank, like not kind of like a slight yanking.
Yeah.
Bro, I seen him do that. I did not know he could skate like bowls too. Bro, I got hyped.
Really?
It was at the power, tournament of power that permission through. I think you were not here.
I was here. That's the one they had the ollie contest over the.
Yeah, over the like the fake.
Yeah,
grass.
I was here, but I wasn't. I didn't go to. I was actually like out biking. That's just so bad, dude. It sucks, man. I always feel bad because all the skate events.
They're throwing some shit. I want to ride my bike.
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
No, that's a power move right there.
No, it's weird because it's just like it just gets to the point where it's like you're by yourself, like literally all the time riding, and it's like the dudes that you want to ride with, they're kids. So it's like we were saying earlier, it's like going to the skate park and you BMX. Like I'm an older dude, so like the older dudes get kind of like they want to test me almost and like want to fight. Some of the skaters are cool about it, whatever, because they're like, oh, he's riding the bull, but then like it's the little kids that like don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know, like those are like the little kids that just show up that are like 12 years old on a bike and they're just crashing and fucking
talking shit,
snaking everybody and running into fools and just in the way. It's like those are the kids that give like real bikers a bad name. And like those, like then there's like the older dudes that just I'ma send it fucking yee like them Florida motherfuckers, dude. Like I mean, I love them, but like, dude, some of those kids will show up on the most raggedy ass bikes to the park, and it's just like they're a nuisance. Like, they're the ones that do end up fighting a skater at the park or whatever the case is.
If I ever see a kid on a BMX bike with no shoes, I don't fuck with that kid, man. I don't care how old he is. That kid,
he's got a red Kool-Aid stain.
Yeah, dude, you're like on fucking you're on with it. Yeah,
he's got a
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid
stain.
stain.
What I'm talking about. That kid, you leave that kid alone.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
kid.
not telling him to leave.
He'll get his cousin up at the park. Or his brother. He'll get his brother to steal your
He'll come back with a hacksaw and find the 1 second where I leave my board alone and cut that bitch in half or something.
Yeah, it's.
I ain't fucking with that kid. That kid can ride all he wants.
But yeah, like I said, with Roots, I want to like build up a shop. The lady wants to open up like a restaurant so she can cater and like do stuff like that and like have a little sandwich spot and
skate
shit.
Food fusion, bro.
What? Yeah, like I said, it's like a full fucking gig. Like there's nothing like. I mean, I think Nicotine was probably like that at one point. That shop that was in 5 Points. I don't know. Yeah, it was like a little skate BMX shop, kind of weird, I think, but. Yeah, I don't know.
It like oddly sounds familiar.
It was early, probably before you got here, because I heard about it just because the dude that owned it rides BMX.
I got here permanently in 08.
So before that,
like 08, 09.
It was before that. Yeah, it was like 05 type, 03 type shit, right. And they had a shop in 5 Points, and this dude ran it, and like he was the first dude in like Florida to get Baker boards and like all this stuff. Like apparently, this is apparently. But he said he's like
the folklore we're going with.
Yeah, it's the folklore that he's like the first dude to get like certain brands and shit here in Florida, all that stuff, and he
Florida's fucking big, dude.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So it's
wasn't
like,
MIA already in play?
I don't know.
I think
or North Florida or Jax or something. He said something like that.
All
like
Florida, cause
yeah,
there was a spot.
Yeah, so it was something like that. He said he was like the first dude to get some shit.
It had been North Florida.
So he had it, but like, yeah, I definitely want to try and get like a gig that's like everybody can kind of like chill at and just pull up, like whatever, you know what I mean? It's like if you guys ever want to come through and film like a day and just like interview type shit, like walking through the like it would be like that, where it's just like free flow. You don't have to be like, obviously, I might have like
ideas are good.
Yeah, I guess like have like just a donation jar where it's like cool if you don't want to fucking buy nothing, but like
Swear jar.
Yeah. A Mongo jar or something.
You'll rake in at the skate shop with a swear jar.
Right? Just like dollar cuss word. Kids will start like spelling it out like F-U-C-K.
No, because I would say that'd be my rule. That counts. You spelled it. It's just like saying it. Because I can hear you saying it in my head when you spell it.
Yeah. Just give them the eyes.
So basically I heard it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I ain't trying to take nobody's jits from them, so permission and, you know, the block don't got to worry about no little homies getting stolen or nothing crazy. I mean, nothing like that. But if those little homies want to fucking...
Bro, the permission jits are funny.
Dude, I love those little shits.
When I went to go get the prizes, whenever, because what's his name, Greenspan, he sponsored the shit.
Yeah.
So I went and got the shit for the prize packs, and they all just came in. Bro, they they like went to the back and like traded pants, like just being like strange ass little kids, you know what I mean? But this shit was so funny.
It's like I said, it's like you see the mid-90s like movie, and then you see these little kids, and it's like big double X tall tees and like jeans that obviously fit us, like 38 waist and shit, and it's like these kids are like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and it's just like so big on them, and they're just like...
No, well, the one kid had like Dickies on, the other kid had some like regular like boot cut, like their pants fit them, like they weren't like a big fit, but like the one kid like they just like there's a dressing room there or something, so to speak, but I don't think it had a door or something at the time. So this kid's just in like this room, just they just traded pants, and like one went to the bathroom, and the other one went to the little dressing room thing. And I'm talking to Taylor, and he looks over, he's like, "What the fuck are they doing?" And I think he asked them, and we're trading pants. Dude, and he just starts dying laughing, like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's what I'm telling you. Like those dudes are like little. They're so funny, dude. Like we'll be at the park and shit, and they'll have like. So, like, a few weeks ago, I think the same homie you're talking about, like Cody or whatever, he was in the permission commercial.
He's the kid with the glasses?
Yo, little man, I talked to you already. You reach your hand in there with that t-shirt, you're pulling out a stump.
That's the one who had the jeans on.
Yeah, right? So that kid,
the kid with the Dickies was the light-skinned kid with the afro.
Dude, I gave him, like, a stack of shirts the other day or whatever, and he, like, tripped. He's like, wait, like, he's all for me and like the homies. I'm like, yeah, dude. He's like, oh my god, like fucking sick, you know. He like gets all hyped or whatever. So then like I come like to the park a few days later, and I see the little light skinned homie Cameron there, and he's got one of the shirts on, and he just like pulls up on me. He's like, yo, thank you so much for this. Like, you know, like so like little giddy kid, but then like you see him, all these kids, and they have like the Hellevision shirt on, they have like a bronze shirt on, and then a dime shirt on, and then like a butter shirt on.
They
live
live for this
like,
shit, they die for this shit.
Dude, they love it, dude. It's so funny. But it's so sick though, because it's just like seeing, and it's not like those kids are like not good either, because like those kids are fucking rippers, like super good style, like good tricks, like stop editing shit to Chief Keef. That's it. Dude, that's all I ask. It's Cardi.
Stop naming Sosa like that, because it ain't Sosa, alright?
Okay, it's Cardi.
It's not even... Cardi's one of them. Sosa's up there,
I don't know who
Sosa's
it is.
not as bad on the edits as, like...
The fucking earthquake shake shit.
They're doing, like, what? They do, like, Uzi, anything?
Yeah.
Anything that like this? Yeah, anything like that. Yeah, anything like that. Pretty much.
Like, one kid I would love to see not do it is that Marcus kid. I would really love to see that kid put out, like, a full part. Like, a really,
He put out one a couple of years ago. 2 years ago.
I mean, now. That kid's fire now. His backsmiths are the best.
But I mean, hey, whatever.
He's got those, like, little David backsmiths and shit.
Oh, the kid is fucking... He went... It was like a 6-month period where he just started learning shit.
Really?
Every day it seemed like just from watching...
How old is that
when I'd
kid?
go up there, Marcus is like, what, like 14 or 15, something like that.
I don't know. I never met him until, like, recently.
Yeah, no, that kid's raw.
Yeah, he, like, seen me do, like, a salad on the flat bar. I was like, damn, that was, like, so tweaked and, you know, pinched her. I'm like, what? Like, sick, dude, thanks. Like, I'm fucking old, you know? It's like, I'm 28, like, you're out here, like, learning, like, big spin front board and shit, like, leave me alone. You know? No, I'm not brushing off in a mean way, but, like, you know, it's just, like, I'm so, like, stoked on him, and he just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you see those kids, and you're just like, damn, dude, like, can you fucking stop landing tricks? Like, I'm working on this, like, crook. I'm really working on it. He's just like, backsmith. Like, but at one after another, just so good, but.
This isn't the motivation I
need
right
I'm just
now.
like, please fall. But no, it's just like, that kid is, dude, I just would love to see, like, kids like him that, like, I would love to see, you know, Wolf or whatever, like, really.
Dude, that kid did something I always wanted to do as a kid. He went to Woodward.
Yeah.
Jealous.
I've been there twice. Dude.
As a child or as a grown
No,
man?
just recently.
Oh,
I went there
dude,
2 years in a row.
I remember
They got
seeing
this
that
event.
shit.
No, dude, they got this event. You could go. They got these things called Adult Weekend, and it's $200. And you go, like, during the weekend, and there's, like, kids, people, adults, like, not kids, but, like, our age. I say kids, everybody. Dudes our age.
Fucking kid. You're
bro,
a kid, I'm a kid. They're a kid.
$200 in the cabin. Everybody's camping, fucking going nuts. Fools are taking the bunk bed mattresses down the mega ramp at night, like, getting tore up, and then fucking skating and BMX, and then, like, pros are there, and it's just like, dude, I'll give you some info, and I'll put you on, and it'll be a good-ass time. That 15-hour drive is...
Might have to start skating again.
Dude, I'm telling you. There's a park. Dog, their fucking local park, where Woodward is, like, better than Woodward.
What?
Like, it's a concrete park, but it's, like, it has everything. Like, every fucking thing you could think of. It's got a full pipe there. It's got, I mean, like, a metal full pipe that dudes have, like, fucking carved somehow, but, like, it's got everything. It's got, like, the most sickest bowl I've ever seen. Like, all the street shit is cool. It's even got DIY, like, section where, like, they're allowed to just pull up and just build whatever there and, like, tear it down or whatever, and there's just, like, just the community is, like, works together. Like, the BMXers and the skaters, like, they got the shit done proper. And, like, it's a team paint park or whatever, and it's fucking huge. Like, they got, like, actual street spots inside the park. I think it's Reed Metzger Park.
Where is it up at again?
York, PA.
Yeah.
But Woodward, PA is up in, like the skate park. Woodward is in Woodward.
I know there's, like, isn't there multiple Woodwards?
Yeah, there used to be one in Wisconsin when I was a kid.
What's the one with, like, the concrete at it? Like, I seen, like, video, like, Chris Cole went there. It's got, like, kind of like a concrete plaza at it or something.
The Target Plaza, that's probably Philadelphia. PA one. That's the one's got, like, the big Target Plaza and, like, all the big long, like, that room that has all the crazy long ledges and long rails.
No, this is, like, an outdoor, like...
Street section.
Yeah, but
that's
like
probably
concrete.
the California one. I think they just redid theirs.
Okay.
But yeah, I got homies that work there and shit. Like, shit, Shane went there and worked there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's... As a kid going and camping there, it's one thing. That shit's expensive. It's like $2,000. Like, my parents ain't paying
Oh,
for
yeah,
that.
no, I mean, that's totally part of it. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Hell no. It's like, even back then, though, it's like you knew...
Well, when I found that out, I was like, I wasn't even going to ask. I was like, there's an extra zero. Like, what, 200?
Yeah.
I would have not felt so bad, but whoa.
Dude, I remember trying to find, like, Element Skate Camp as a kid. I remember trying to find so many skate camps to go to, but it was, like, $2,000, $3,000. Like,
And that's for the week or for the night?
That was for, like, the week.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's, like, for the whole week.
That's not any better. I just wanted to make sure that's what it was.
But if you go on the adult weekend, 18 and over, it's $200 for the weekend. So you show up Friday, Saturday, stay all day, and then Sunday you leave at, like, 4 or 5 in the afternoon. But then it's like dudes will go to like indoor parks and shit, and like all those, like, that's what's sick though, is like going to Woodward and like you're in the middle of nowhere, no cell phone reception, and like you'll meet this crew from like Texas or fucking Nebraska or some weird shit, and it's just like, oh, let's go fucking as a group, like let's go ride in like Philly, like let's go to FDR or the Will Mill or whatever.
Been to that one? You been to FDR?
No. So this is what happened. I was supposed to go to FDR and these famous trails called Plosh and Caddy. They were having a huge trail jam down there. Trails are like DIY shit
Yeah,
for
trails
us.
like the dirt trail.
Yeah, so that's like DIY stuff for us.
I'm not like completely...
No, I know. It's the viewers. We gotta make sure the viewers. Fucking dum-dums. They don't get trails that are just like, go to Beach and Peach. Like, that shit sucks. But anyways, we were supposed to go to FDR on these trails or whatever, but what happened was... See, what had happened was I went and ditched the homies to go eat breakfast with the camp director and like chop it up about a job. So we woke up all hell early, like juiced, like I'm gonna be the first dude to go ride the big jumps. Like they have big like mountain bike style trails there.
Right.
Like shit, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be the first dude to do it. Like I've riding before.
Right.
Well, this older dude who drove us there, Buzz, he like literally like 52, either 46 or 52. But like, dude's ripping BMX like fucking. He's the Dave Mirra of Florida. I don't care what nobody says. Like that dude is gnarly. Like hitting shit that he has no business hitting, and like clipping and like pool coping cases, and it'll just like somehow ride out of it, and you're just like
Cases is like
catching your tire and like, oh shit, like nose diving into it. Like if you can't put your hands out, you're just going straight to your grill. But he'll just like pull out of it all crazy, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, it makes it scary to watch him ride. But anyways, we were at Woodward and we like sat there, got breakfast. Well, I didn't eat breakfast yet. They hadn't served it, but like got coffees. Yeah. I'll fucking drink that shit. And we were like chilling, and then finally cafeteria opened up, and I seen like this dude Chase, like he's a pro rider for that Standard company that's from my hometown. He's the head director out there. Okay. I see him, and then this homie Johnny, who is from my hometown, and he works there. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about the BMX shit and me doing all the events and all that, and we're about to talk about this. And like, all right, y'all, like I'll catch you up at the jumps. Like, see you in a second. I'm gonna eat breakfast. I go in there. I run into like a few pros or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, we heard about your event, and, you know, last year at Kona, and one of the dudes happens to have a movie out called Ride, and his dad plays Ludacris in the movie." Yeah, so he like heard about it. He's the brand manager. He's a global brand manager.
Played Ludacris
like okay. So this topic, this dude, the Haro brand manager, like that Dave Mirra and all the dudes ride for.
You know who I'm thinking of when you say Ludacris.
Yeah. So he had a movie come out about his like childhood life story. He's like, they call him Scottish John, but he grew up like Australian Aboriginal parents, so black parents per se, and like
playing the fucking
that type of stuff. So it's like dad and mom are like.
I actually think it does this.
Yes,
the hand.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's like, dude. So he grew up like kind of fucked up family or whatever, and he grew up as a like Nazi. Like his dad and ma, everybody. He's got like a carved in swastika on his thing, but grew up in like foster homes until he was 15 over like in, you know, overseas or whatever. So it's like way burly over there, but he got that, and then like he got these black parents or whatever at 15, and his dad taught him how to ride a bike and showed him ET, and boom, the next thing you know, he's like got the BMX bug, and then he eventually became the global brand manager of Haro, and like he runs everything. Like he runs the company, like not the company, but like the image, the pros, like the team, everything. He's that dude, and he was just like, yeah, man, like I heard about your event, like whenever you want to do something, like let's get together and all that stuff. So then I go inside and like get my breakfast and shit and come back out and go to sit down, and this kid comes up and he's got blood all over him. He's like, yo, we need an ambulance at the top of the big dirt jumps. Like this fucking old dude just like dusted his shit, like his teeth are knocked out, like his jaws broke, like there's blood everywhere. I'm like fuck. And one thing that popped in my head from like my dad as a kid growing up and skating and all that, like skating downtown, was like, yo, what clothes are you wearing? Like what like t-shirt do you have on? Like what pants? Like your shoes, your hat, all that. Just because like if anything happened, like he had a memory of like me stepping out of the house and the last thing I was wearing. And I always thought it was like, man, you fucking with me, like, you know, because I'd wear like all over print shirt, and he thought it might be gang related. So it was like if I got caught in like a photo somewhere or whatever the case was, it's like just looking out for me, you know, being the mixed kid and all that shit. But he anyways, I like popped in my head, I'm like, yo, what is the dude wearing? He's like, does he got blue jeans on, a black and white jersey, and a red helmet? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, dude. And like take my bike, and I didn't know that there was a shortcut to get to the dirt jump so I could be like right there. My dumbass rode all the way down and then like way up to the top of the like mountain or whatever to get up there. So it took me like 10 minutes, like fucking pedaling up this big ass hill, get up there. You could have
been there in like 3.
Yeah, and I had no idea because I just never like knew that shit was there. It's like Woodward, like you're just a camper there or whatever. Yeah. But I got up there, dude, and his teeth were just fucking shot out. Like, his happened was he went over like a dirt jump and the tire washed out right as he like landed.
Yeah.
And what you don't do is you don't run high pressure tires or like high air pressure in your tires on dirt. Like you do if the dirt is watered and like that's when you know it's running. Yeah, so like then it's like kind of like you have a traction or a groove to follow.
But when it's straight gravel,
dude, that shit was dusty because like nobody's been riding it. It's like about to turn winter. It's November, like it's not hot outside, so it's not gonna soak it up. So there's like fuck it, like everybody can just like ride it and let the air pressure out of their tires. But this dude rides like skate parks, Florida skate parks. So it's like hot, 100. I ride 100 psi on my tires, so that's like you're cooking.
Right.
Like that's like running a high 101 like skate wheel where it's just like hard as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he washed out, knocked his teeth out the whole gig, went to the hospital, and like I didn't get a chance to go to FDR and like just the whole nine. So like we rode home, dude. His fucking lip was like, dude, it was like this literally like the size of a banana. Like I thought his like lip and everything got ripped off. Like his teeth were all gone. It was like, damn, dude. And
I hope that dude's doing better.
yeah, he's doing better now. But it's just like fucking no teeth. Like that's like so common. Like you see so many BMXers, and it's just like they got retainers and no teeth, and it's just like
yeah, that's crazy.
I'm good on that shit, dude.
Real quick, we're gonna take a small commercial break.
I'm down.
Mark's here again in the audience.
Shout out to my man,
We got
Mark Johnson and
the homies in the
Roneo. Sin Skate Club is in the house. Shout out to Missouri, St. Louis, and Jacksonville over there. But we got the fire crew here today.
Glad it's recording as a new IG. Make sure you follow, like, and comment. Stay up to date with all the new episodes.
Okay. Commercial break is over. No.
Want a cookie?
Famous Amos?
Famous Amos, dog.
Fuck, I don't say none of that.
Y'all cookies, anybody? Famous Amos?
You saying no to a Famous Amos, bro?
Oh, man. Do you remember all those Famous Amos restaurants around Jacksonville? It's like one left. It's like...
Yeah, the
right
one that was out here is a weed store.
Really?
Yeah, it's a True Leaf or something.
Oh, man. I know there's like one like way out on the west side. That's so random to say that, but it's just like I remember that was like such a weird ass restaurant when I'd see it. Like,
oh, it's like Normandy or something.
Yeah.
Or Wilson or something.
yeah, like way out. Yeah, there's so many spots in the city. There's like so much.
What's the pizza place you sent me whenever? Because you know me.
The pizza?
Renna's?
No,
Renna's is the goat around here.
No,
Okay.
DNLP.
Okay.
That is the goat.
Where's that at?
That's at the beach. It's on 3rd Street.
Okay.
Definitely got to plug DNLP in for sure.
Okay.
Like that's the
No,
like,
because
that's
I eat pizza
listen,
every
dude.
fucking day.
DNLP. I've been going there for 6 years. I think it's been open for 10. This dude Chris Lewis runs it, like family dude or whatever, and just like
you're like that kind of regular.
yeah, that dude knows. Dude, that dude knows my name and knows the order. Like that's what it was. And Mitch Harnett put me on, dog. He like ordered some cheese sticks one day and like a slice. It was like 2 drinks and a slice, or 2 slices and a drink for $5 or some
So
shit.
you get 2 drinks and 1 slice.
Fucking dummy.
Bev up,
Right?
bro. Bev the fuck
Nah,
up.
but you get like 2 slices and a drink for like $5 or $6 or some shit like that. But it's like
bad.
it's the spot. Like they're good people. Like Taylor goes there, I'm sure a lot. Like it's the fucking. That's what's sick about the beach, dog. That's what I think has gravitated me out there so much. Is like it's just a little community, even though it's like very old. Like
I go to the beach and I feel like I'm in the movie Beach Bum. Like I feel like Matthew McConaughey. I feel like Moondog.
I just
You've never seen that? Oh,
no.
well, I gave you
What is it?
It's fucking. It's like
No, what's the movie again?
The Beach Bum.
Okay, I'll check it out
Dude,
tonight.
I'll just put it like this. It was like Matthew McConaughey played himself
Really?
more than his real self. Great movie. No, I want to fucking flip the sunglasses. I need them. But regardless of that, no, I just feel like.
Yeah, dude, you got some new stickers on the sign.
Did we?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because it used to only just be the permission, the bread, the fuck rats, and
No, I think these, the Cormax fuck pigs. Full Mix label. Yeah, those. I
It seems like they're
I
new.
think those were there last time. No, we do need to add more stickers. Gotta buy some. Gotta get some off the homies. People need to make stickers. We need to have this thing filled
I
out by
forgot
the end of the
mine.
year. It's gotta be filled out.
I forgot mine.
Then
Like carve it all out all nice and shit.
Yeah, right. Get tech with the razor blade and the credit card. Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever do that for like grip tape and shit growing up?
No, my mom and my dad taught me how to put like do badass sticker jobs on a helmet.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't do the grip tape, like clear grip shit?
No. I fucking thought that shit, I'm being so honest. I thought that shit was gay, and I still to this day do not like it. God,
Not
dude,
the color grip.
You know
so
what?
let me
I thought it
add,
was gay.
You know what?
I'm
No,
fine
let's
with
do
that.
this because I think I don't know. I just throw a suggestion out there. I think it'd be cool, like if you did interview skaters and did like a board setup type of thing. It's like you're just saying like that's whack. Like why? You know what I'm saying? Like because everybody's different. Everybody's it's no.
You mean
it's
like
weird.
review someone's setup?
Yeah, just like what do you? You know what I'm saying? Like just like what do you? It's interesting. It's like why do you?
Me
skate?
reviewing someone's setup is like
You ask-
irrelevant because I would feel like I need to at least be on a skateboard more often than I am.
No, just critique them. Like, yo, why do you ride indies? Like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you ride these?
Well, if
ace
they're
truck?
riding indies, I'm gonna
like,
fucking,
why do
I'm
you
gonna be
hate? Why do you
biased.
hate
I'm
on?
gonna be biased if they got on indies.
Why
Gonna be
do
like
you
this
hate on-
fucking guy. He skates and he fucks.
That's
for
what
sure.
I'm saying. Like, you know, you're hating on dudes riding ventures and shit.
They don't skate and they don't fuck.
What?
They're
finger
riding
banging-
ventures. Okay, maybe they skate, but they definitely don't fuck.
dude. They're finger banging bitches in the bathroom.
Finger banging. I said fuck.
I'm just saying.
He said they're getting somewhere.
They're getting somewhere, dude. I don't even, dude. They're getting somewhere, but
He said second base is the best, bud.
hey, if you're skating ventures, yeah. Or you got that raggedy ass base plate like sticking out all sharp and shit. Like, I don't know what. Like, I don't know. That's such a weird like. I feel like if you skate those trucks, like you need to skate a twig ass board or something. Like,
What ventures?
yeah, like
Yeah.
you ain't got no
Oh, that's
business riding
definitely
no
the tech guy
8.5.
truck. That's the
Yeah.
tech guy truck.
Yeah. Now I got the tech guy trucks, but I got the big dog tech guy trucks.
Oh, what? Mike Mo?
No,
Oh my
dude,
god.
no. I got some.
Oh my god.
I got
Mike Mo.
I got silvers.
Oh, PJ Lab, bro. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
some fucking OG knives. I got old knives.
Okay, well then you definitely have to agree with this fuck tensor.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Are
I had
you
the mag.
serious?
Yeah, I had some of
Only
the
guy they had on there was like Brandon Beeble, Rodney Krieger, and I think like two other dudes that I was like, fuck
Sheckler.
yeah. Sheckler. Like
He was on the Mullen camp. It's all right.
Life of Ryan.
I mean, what's it called? I think Haslam rode for him.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm sure all the fucking dwindle.
You gotta get let down at some point in your life by certain people, you know what I mean? So I understand. But
Did you ever have Grind Kings as a kid?
no, dude, but I did see the coolest ones. They were like Jerron Wilson, and they were like Louis print. But it was like Ryan King and shit. Thought those were pretty hard.
I'm like,
Never had Crux, because I was
Really?
not trying to carry an Allen wrench around.
Oh, so you came around with that time?
Why did you say it like that?
Because that's when they like. That's when they're at. That's when they did like the down low Kingpin, where it was like you said, the Allen key or whatever. But then they like their axles would bend all the time and shit.
I just
I remember
I
kids
didn't
going-
care about that. I was like, oh, what? No,
Dude.
nut bolt. It's
Yeah, I
just
remember
way more
homies-
common.
Homies going to Zoomies all the time.
Because you want to know something? 90%
Because your
of
axles
the
would
time,
bend.
real quick, 90% of the time, a real skater doesn't have that fucking little thing in the skate tool anymore. It's gone. It's lost. They just got the three,
Yeah.
you know,
Sorry.
to tighten up the wheels, tighten up the fucking,
Find a rock to plug
what is
in.
it? Tighten up the kingpin and tighten up the screws to the trucks and the board. Then that's all you really need. There'd be a screwdriver
your
somewhere.
keys.
Somebody had a
Somebody had
screwdriver. Yeah,
something.
somebody had something. No, definitely. But I will say I did have the silver tool. Revolutionary.
Change the game.
I got it. You know little Bill?
Yeah.
The
Wait, which
second-
little Bill? Because
Not Jeremiah.
Okay.
Other
little Bill.
Quan.
Okay.
Yeah. Bro.
Who
this-
I randomly bumped into at Jack's Beach Park for some fucking odd reason. I'm
it's
like,
Bill.
why are you out
It's
here?
Bill. He's a majestical
Doing
person.
tray flips.
He
I'm
just
like,
he just
dude.
appears. He's just magic.
Flat
He
ground
just
trays.
shows up. He's just there. Bill will just be there.
Yeah,
All right?
big spins and
That's-
shit. Got a cup
he's
in
that
his hand.
dude. He's that dude, and I'm pretty cool with that.
Yeah.
No. But when we were kids, he found out how to silver tool, bro. Every time we pull up to the park, this fucking guy. Nick, I think my truck's a little loose. I
got new bushings.
I can get that silver tool, bro. And he had it for fucking 20 minutes to tighten trucks.
Listen. You know what's so funny is when I ran into him at
How
JB.
have you been tightening your fucking trucks for 20 minutes? Because I know you haven't been tightening your fucking trucks for 20 fucking minutes.
I ran into him at JB, and he fucking took the washers off his trucks, off the bottom one.
Dude, Bill and Hesh?
He
Fuck
got
yeah.
He got new bushings from Thunder, and he's like, they're too tight and they're not broken. I'm just
Bro,
like,
the most
dude,
technical,
the whole time he was just
technical
like,
man about his setup.
shoe setup, like, that's what I've always liked about him. And
He
what's
needs to be
so
a
crazy,
salesman. He needs to be a rep. Well, as you can see here on the P2, we have the
He
carbon
does.
fiber layer. No.
dude. That dude has that. You know what's so funny is like him and I. That's why I've loved that dude. Is like talking to him. Like he's young still. I think I don't know how old he is. But
No,
he's
he's a
pretty
year
young.
older. He's a year older than me.
You're 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so like yeah, he's like a, kind of a
His
young
birthday
dude.
is 2 days before.
But like, dude, he knows a lot of skate shit. Like
Oh,
he knows a
fuck yeah.
lot. Like whether it be like you said, deck construction or fucking. This shoe person is riding for this company and this,
Right.
and you're just like, bro, how did you find that out?
It's like a digital
Yeah.
like, dumpster of
Skate
skate
knowledge.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel the same way.
It's like I'll tell you
But
something.
he tells me more shit than I tell him.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. Like he keeps up with the current shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's
Yeah.
very current. Like
Yeah.
he knows that's what is. Like I said, that's why skating's cool. He's one of those kids that represents proper like keeping up with the
Right.
times. Me, hell no. I'm still watching.
It was easier to go back and learn shit that's already
Dude,
happened.
I'm
you know?
alright, I'm
so that's
still-
why I know the 80s stuff. Like
Yeah.
a little bit of the 80s stuff, a little bit of the 90s stuff. Like I know all
I'm
that
just-
shit because it's keeping current. When you're in it, you're like a train. You're moving, and
I
then you're
still-
not current, and that bitch is like parked over off somewhere. Like ducked off, getting
Dude.
spray painted.
I still think Bastion Salabonzi. Like I still watch his 15-year-old parts, and I'm just like,
Bro, when
this is still new to me.
the first time I knew about him was when he came into like the X Games or something.
Yeah.
After he'd been he pulled like a Guy Mariano instead of dropping a 2-song part. He fucking went to the X Games.
Yeah. In that one contest, he was doing all this crazy double.
Street League. I think he was in
Yeah.
Street League and shit too. Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts.
And I didn't know he was like young, like on flip and all that shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah, dude. That's what a lot of people don't realize, man. Is like a lot of these kids, like I said, they get like when it comes back to these upper pros and shit like
Yeah.
that. There's no guidance there, so like a lot of these kids now,
Mm-hmm.
even back then, like Stevie Williams and like fucking Puds and all, like those kids were getting like not exposed, but like they're getting on. You know what I mean? And they were turning pro quick, and like it just happened for them. And I like tell that to some of these kids out here. It's just like,
See, to
dude,
me that was slow. Like
For who?
Tory Pudboy area, like era.
kind
like,
of.
because he was like AM for like what, like 3-4 years.
It was weird.
Now
He
it
got on
seems like
shorties and he dropped like he was only on shorties for like a year and a half.
Bro, Theodis rode for Baker for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seemed like everybody rode for so long, then they finally went pro. Now it's like they ride for 2 years.
Mhm.
You're with us. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I remember when Theo did the whole like when he got on SB. I was at a Death Wish demo and he showed up there and he had on fucking some SBs on and it was like, what do you do? You're like, what, you're not in the America camp no more? Like, you know, it was just like mind's blown and he's just like tray flip, tongue all sticking out. And it was just like
Oh, yeah.
so fire, but like nobody understood it.
I got
You
one.
know?
I got one of his colorways. I got the Kenny Powers.
I
They're
haven't
called
seen them.
Purple Safari.
Dude,
They're a dunk low.
It's weird. My homie's actually on the Theo camp. My
Yeah.
homie's Ludacris. Yeah, he's on New Balance right now. He just dropped a part for the like Bones Bearings, I think.
Oh,
And
hell
like,
yeah.
dude, use some currency to it. Like, it's so fire. He's got like, is like the clip before his ender is like, to me, it's like I've never seen anybody do it. I guess.
Right.
It's like one of those tricks where it's just like, damn, how did you think of that? You know what I mean? It's like, how did you even like land in that position to like, still like I guess manual out or whatever? And it's
Right.
like, fuck, like. Took like that probably would have taken me like hours, you know, just to even like attempt it and get it.
What was the trick?
It was like kickflip front crook,
Mm-hmm.
and he like popped off to like back like fakie manual off a curb, like I'm not trying to
Oh,
pull
no,
up
you
the clips.
you show me later.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But no, I just want to see it. Like, I'm one of those dudes where, like it's something like I can't kickflip into, but I know I can, like, front crook and, like, do that shit, bro. I just, like, always want to, like...
You gotta do one or the other.
Yeah, peep it, like, all that, but it's, like, I say, man, there's, like, there's kids out here right now that, like, they can get put on, but it's, like, they don't know how. They don't know who to reach. They are just filming iPhone clips, like, at the park, you know? And like you said earlier, it's possible for that shit, but, like...
No, I never
wanna
was saying it was
solidify
possible.
yourself.
I meant, like, that's
how kids get noticed
Their
now.
outlet. That's their
Yeah.
outlet, and that's what they see, so they're going to do what they see.
Yeah.
Which is why, when a little kid does it, it's one thing. When I see dudes, like, near our age...
That's what I mean.
I'm like...
Man, like, put a part out.
I don't know. Unless it's like, because some of the homies do it like to promote their own music.
Yeah.
That's one thing. If you're promoting your own music, but if you're just playing some fucking other shit, like, you guys are better than that. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are smarter than that.
Yeah.
You guys are more creative than that.
Yeah.
You quit making the fucking cookie cutter fucking Instagram. And
Yeah.
like,
I think it's cool to see Taylor put out, like, I guess, the first shot video in Jacksonville or whatnot.
Yo, easy, Taylor. Freaking me out, man. I need a board. Let me get a board.
Which one do you want?
I don't know, man. They all suck. Let me get mine. Let me get 3 of them. One for the man cave, one for my mom, and one to smash on the trash can.
Yo, Weck, remember me? I sent you that one DM.
Oh, the DM guy. Yeah, you been?
that's what he's been told. I've
That's
never
what I
heard
see,
anything
yeah.
else. And that's what
Paul's
he said
got,
on here.
and I think Paul's got the first pro shoe in Jacksonville.
I don't see. This is
You know
all,
what I'm
this is all
saying?
stuff I've
Like-
never really kept up on. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
about
it's
it,
like
you know what
I don't know if Mike P's ever had a pro shoe or not, but like,
And that was
Paul
the first
did.
person to come to my mind, obviously, or Clyde or somebody
something,
like
yeah.
that. Like,
But like, I don't know if they did. Like,
oh no, because I don't think Kyra's not from here. He like skated.
I mean,
here.
yeah,
But he,
not.
you know, Lakai. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
But I mean, like, born and raised, like,
Yeah.
from the
like,
cut,
from
dude,
here,
like, yeah,
all the way back out there, and then
like that's for FB. Like, I mean, they got some heavy, they got Jaws and Neen and shit. But I think like what FP is doing right now is pretty fire. Is how they're not really like exerting themselves out there like that, and they're just kind of like,
Well, no, when they came in the game, it was like,
yeah,
never heard of an insole like company.
yeah.
It was just you got what was in the fucking shoe.
Fucking Bill swears by those things. It's got every.
Bro, I'm telling you, I got the new FP insoles, bro. So fire.
Timmy, bro.
I got that Jaws Pro models, bro.
Do a blunt side to me. Just like, dude. Like, he's like, do front salad. I'm like,
Switch tray right now.
yeah. Oh, how do you know he says that? Did you have this conversation with him
I
prior?
grew up with this.
Yeah, because he always tells me to do switch trade. So he's just like, do switch trade, do switch trade.
No, I'm talking about him saying about him. Switch tray, right
well, no,
now.
he tells me to do switch trays every time I see him. He's like, do a switch tray. Do a nollie tray. Like, do a hard flip. Do
Nah,
front
bro, you got
blunts.
it.
I'm just like,
Yeah, you'll say you don't got. Nah, bro, you got it.
yeah. And then I got bodied at your fucking event doing a front salad, like,
no.
across the whole flat bar. Like, right as I go to get off, like, try to pop out, my foot was, like, too much in the pocket, so I couldn't, like, pop off the rail, and it just was, like, right out from underneath me,
damn.
dude, and it was, like, bodied. He's just over there dying. Just like, you
Buckle
mother...
your shit.
Always walking around with a big ass cup of something, like, just empty cup full of fucking nothing.
No, that's
It's like,
dude.
dude,
Very, like I said, very.
like, what are you drinking?
He's a very majestical person.
Yeah, it's like-
he's one person in his realm, and he shows up where he shows
Dude,
up.
and I think it's funny because, like, even before moving here, he knew homies that I grew up skating with.
No, that's what
So I
that's
think
what I
that's
told him. Like
so-
the 2 times he's been on here, I'm like, bro, you like just know.
Video
And he's
games.
just like, well, bro, I talk to him online, or I say what's up in person. Like, Bill that man he has no, like, oh, I can't talk to them. Like,
No.
fuck it, like, I'm gonna go talk to you. That's that shit. Yeah.
Let me get your shoes off your feet. You got FP insoles in there. So, like,
What you rocking, motherfucker?
right? It's like super critique. Like, that ain't proper, dog. Like, fucking.
Nah,
my bad, Bill.
No, good people, man.
Good.
That's that was the best part of growing up skating where I did. All the
Yeah.
good people.
Those dudes, like, like I said, I don't think I'd have stayed here if it wasn't, like,
Right.
meeting those people. Like,
Right.
literally just staying in Florida, like, I don't think I'd have stayed in Florida if I didn't, like,
Right.
go to the OP park. If I, like, went somewhere else, I'd been like, man, this shit's whack. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
I don't think you.
And
would,
I won't
man.
say,
and I'm not going to say we had the best vibe or anything. We just
that park had the best.
the people who were there in that time period were there every day, so it was almost like a business. You know, like if you're a regular, you see the same people at the restaurant every time or whatever. Yeah, so if you're a regular at the park, you see the same faces. There with each other doing the same, you know, your favorite thing to do. You know,
for some people, you had those Hot Pockets bussin', boy.
Bro, Hot Pockets and
pizza
and the little Red Baron, yeah, definitely microwave special.
And she'd always had to Express Yourself playing.
Dude, we supported, bro.
That was crazy. That was such a good video.
Yeah,
I can't believe fucking Pat almost got smoked first clip into that thing, dude. That's so gnarly.
You gotta keep that shit. You gotta put that in the beginning of the intro. He got hit. I almost just fucking died.
Even to this day, that's like, how in the fuck, like.
no, and
now this dude's out here with Danny
that was like
Duncan.
the big video for me because Roll Call had already come out.
Oh, I never heard of that one. Is that an auto
That was Lucas who filmed.
I didn't
Express
know about
Yourself.
that.
Roll Call was their first video, but that was when they were younger, like
Kids.
like 15. Like, so this video, they're a little older, like, you know, like 18, 19, 20 in that area, like just getting out of high school or something. Like Pat was still in high school, though. I think everybody else had just graduated or something. It was just, you know, them spending the summer together, you know, just making a fucking raw ass video.
Kids need to go back on YouTube and look at that shit.
I got
like
the hard copy with the with the flyer in it from that day. Yeah, oh bro, yeah, I got his signature ready.
Yeah, I was saying they need to
I've
go
been waiting
back
for one of them to blow up. No.
Let me tell you. I mean, shit, Pat's over there on the Danny Duncan camp just...
No, I'm proud. I'm
dude,
proud.
that's
At least
so
you know, he took what he does and he's doing something.
That's so wild. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's just like nuts to see him. Like, and like I said, to go to the mall and I'm just like, yeah, I know who that dude is.
Right.
Like, I remember like seeing him at the park, like on some DGK, like,
oh dude, no,
fucking Ventures.
That dude had the most like, Ventures, yeah, bro.
He's on those Ventures.
I never told him that, but I want to do a lot.
Yeah,
he swore by them shits,
dude. He was like the last,
but it's KO Corp, so
yeah,
I mean, you know,
he was all in it. I mean,
shit, he had Converse, Adidas, yeah, man, dude.
But yeah, I mean, those kids need to go back. Kids need to go back and see their battle commanders and shit like that. Like night footage at OP when it was like,
yeah, dude, that shit was.
That was really good stuff. But
all the footage of that video, with the part where the parts where he's in the tank top, yeah, I watched all that get filmed. I was like, bro, and he landed like a couple of those clips like already, and just was like, I don't like it. Like. I was like, what the fuck? I wish I had that power to be that good. And then look at it, do it, land it, and be like, no, that wasn't it. Like, what the fuck? Like, I would have been happy with the first land. But all right, I did it. I'm done.
I wish I still had like the original, like when I first got here and filmed those dudes like clips. Those were so good.
Oh yeah, because you used to have a little handy cam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like whip that thing out.
Actually, I still have the GL2. That's what it was, the GL2. And like I would pull the footage off the GL2. Fucking dumb. I would pull the footage off the GL2 instead of use the phone to record with, so then I could put it onto like Instagram or whatever. And it was just like, and it would always get so like weird and like blown out and all that because like just compression settings. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but it's different now for sure. So yeah, I still got my GL2. That's the camera that I fuck with. Yeah, that's like people got their VXs and. What the fuck ever, but I like my GL2 and its cold colors and like metallic-y ass sound. Like it just to me it sounds like I hear a VX and like it sounds like good skate. Like it sounds like you have a fresh skateboard and like you know shit is like a good day or like you hear a GL2 and it's just like gritty. Like you see the footage and it's just like cool blue colors and it's just like Zero video type shit. I mean I know Zero's filming on the VX, but like I actually have a video from Justin Brock and Dan Murphy called Carolina Love, and it's like
that was like Justin Brock's like
first
how he got like noticed and shit because they would go skate like Raleigh.
You tray flip that big like set there at the university and shit, and like I got that, and it's just like you know, I didn't know that he was like 15 in that video. So when I was like 15,
yeah.
I was like, oh, like, fucking, I'm gonna be like this, dude. Like, I gotta work this hard. I'm like, cool. I had no idea until I heard his like recent
what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, until I recently heard his interview, and it was just like, yeah, I was 15 and then I was just like, wait, I was 15. I was not like tray flipping down big sets. Like, I couldn't even kick flip. Like, fucking, still can't kick flip. I can hard flip and shit and do other shit, but
Fuck, no. When I was 15, I was still trying to learn street, but glued to the mini ramp. But the mini ramp just called me. That was my place to be.
yeah, that's what I was good at, dude.
Didn't have to pop.
Dude, y'all Florida dudes are sick at transition. Like Spencer?
Dude,
Or Fred or somebody? Like, I mean, literally
all he
every...
knows went on command.
Yeah, all those dudes, like, not only pop 360s on hips and shit. I'm just like, damn. And then, like, they'll go in, like, front side. Not, like, normal disaster. Like, it's like, oh, ding, ding. No, it's, like, boost to, like, board break. Fucking...
Oh, deck?
Yeah, it's just, like, those dudes, like, deck their shit super hard and just, like, slam it in and just, like, put some authority into, like, their shit.
I always wanted to learn how to do, like, the rock. Like, you land in, like, front disaster, rocket, back disaster, rocket. You, like, that just looked cool to me. Like, land halfway, tap the top, and go back in. Yeah, that was, like...
Back disasters are always cool, but I could never turn backside. I would always, like, pop out weird and turn into, like, back tails and shit on the
I could not backlip, and I've said it before. I could not backlip, but I could back disaster some shit.
I always think that, like, if you got a good tray flip, you can back tail really good.
It's a strange correlation, but I guess you're not wrong.
Because I feel like the scooping of, like, scooping the back foot in a tray flip and then, like, scooping, like, into the, like, back tail part and, like, sitting in it, I feel like that's, like, the correlated part of it. It's like some dudes do pop off the tip of their tails and, like slide into it. I think, like, I don't know, I haven't seen many people around here do them, but, like, I know Shane's, like, a dude that does a decent amount of back tails or whatever, and, like, when he does them... Carter.
Oh, okay.
So, like, when he, I think, switchback tails or whatever, like, when he does them, he, like, kind of scoops them up into the, like, pocket of, like, the back tail, whereas, like, other dudes, like, Mike P, he, like, pops them and, like, lands, and he pops out of them. So it's, like, I've never seen Mike P really do a tray flip. You know what I mean? Like, he got a nice back tail, but, like, I've never seen him do tray flip. I see Paul Hart do a tray flip. That motherfucker got a nice back tail.
So you're saying they just have a different understanding of the scoop. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, just sitting in the trick, I guess.
Because when you say it, like, just flat out, like, if you can tray flip good, you got a good back tail. I'm like, I don't know.
No, it's like the body movements, I guess.
Yeah, but
like,
now that you've explained it, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah, it's just like, I think, like, Stevie Williams, like, one of those dudes, like, he's got such a mean, like, hard flipping, like, pop shove it. Right. Like, that's why his nose grinds and shit are so, like, butter. You know what I mean? Like, that's why, like, it kind of, I just see it like that. Bro. I'm just like, damn, if he's good at this trick, well, I'm sure he's good at, you know, said this trick over here. And it's like Brian Herman, like, good at inward heels, and he's, like, also good at, like, fucking hard flip. You know, it's like,
yeah, no,
flicking your feet.
The ATV shit is hard to get to, like John Cardiel type shit. Yeah, that's a weird. You feel that good, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, like ATV. That's what I wanted to be, but it was so easy just to fucking skate mini ramp all day.
Really?
And just know, like, like easy, cool shit to do on a ledge, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's all. I was like, whatever, as long as I can look decent on the street. But like, I just like going back and forth.
It's weird. I get, like, the Mike P thing, I guess. Like, I see Mike P skate around the park and, like, how he skates, and it's like, he doesn't do crazy, like, fucking big like, if you see Paul skate and then see him skate, it's like Paul is a finesse tech skater, and you see Mike and he's like the ATV, like,
that's what I like,
you know. And that's, yeah, it's like when I go skate, it's so funny because it's just like I'm literally like watching a better, older version of, like, man, if I just fucking, you know, obviously he's
or some shit.
Yeah, it's like obviously he's in his 40s, but it's like, well, if I'm just like, fuck,
even
like,
if you go back and look at his shit,
it's like you look at his younger stuff and I'm just like, damn, like, he's not doing, like, crazy shit, but he's doing stuff that, like, he's consistent at, and he knows, like,
I'm telling you, you go fast, and you just
hug it.
Fucking, as long as they know that you're hauling ass,
people,
and and you can grind it or slide it or whatever, or
air that bitch for a good like little gap or something. As long as you look good doing it, bro, people don't care how fucking tech you are, because you just, if you look good doing it, that's really all that matters.
It's like Jake Phelps said about Mike Carroll. Like, sometimes it's not about the tricks, but it's about the style. Like the way the person does the tricks.
And I hate saying it like that because it sounds fucking generic, but really, in reality, that's kind of the truth for some people. Some people got the crazy tricks and the style. Some people just got the style.
No tricks.
You know, well, they got tricks, but it's just the way they do it. Like, Austin Gillette does, like, we talk about, like, he does, like, little weird random shit. You know what I mean?
Papalardo would be a good one.
Papalardo, that's a, like, dude, I remember finding out.
Ahead of his time.
I remember finding out, because the first time I saw Fully Flared, I was like, this guy fucking sucks. Like, I could be on Lakai.
Do you know what's so funny?
Did not know he had like didn't know he had like Mosaic and all this shit. And then I watched his all
of his footage.
No, I watched his epically later. Found out there was a big controversy about that part. Because everybody was saying the same thing. Then the dude straight up says, "I've done this for too long. Yeah. Like, I don't fucking care about impressing you because I've already done it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you what I really like to do."
Yeah.
And when when you're young and you hear that, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And then you get older, and then you get older, and then you get older. And now I'm like, that dude really just said, like, fuck you.
He was so ahead of his time.
I'm going to do me. Like, oh, you want to see me fucking do a line on some ledges? I just want to fucking nollie pop over a fucking ledge into some big-ass bank.
Yeah. Like, dude,
I want to. His ender was a pole jam, a long ass pole jam into a bank. Like, I just want to fucking skate.
Like,
and
weird.
then, like, you get older, and like I was saying, you think about it, and you're like, fuck, dude. Like, that's really, I guess that's what it is.
He's like that first dude that really, like, he was in the industry, but he didn't want to wear the like
Homie's got the alien tattooed right here.
Yeah, he was like in the industry, but he was like the dude that wasn't trying to be like wearing the team shirts, and like he literally, like, you watch all of his footage, it's like black sweaters and like literally that whole like
Love
video,
Park OG,
dude.
Love
He's like
Park
got
OG.
his sweater, black sweater, like sleeves rolled up all hella high.
Yeah.
Like black jeans, like black shoes. Like that dude wasn't trying to like you said, impress nobody. It's like
there was the thing about him.
Converse.
What was it? Him? He switched back when Eddie Love, and then Brian Winning came and did it a week later, and they shot that. That got the cover.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, damn, bro, he like really does not care about that shit. Like, that was like Anthony Papalardo was a different fucking breed.
Yeah. And I think that's like, I think he's the dude that made me into the like, I just want to skate. Like, I can go just do this.
Now
and,
he like
listen.
builds tables. He does woodworking.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so funny that like, so there's a dude named Jay Muron who was like, they call him like the Canadian Beast or whatever, like way back in the day, and now he's like a world renowned table maker. Like, has nothing to do with BMX. Like, doesn't even care about it. Like, doesn't want people hitting him up about it. Like, all that shit. He's like, no, I'm a like
that's like his past.
Yeah, he's like, that's it. Like, it's over with, you know. And it's funny because like I just found out. Do you remember, dude? Do you remember 411, the 911 issue? Like the dudes getting broke off and shit.
I was too old or
too young.
I was the time when I got into skating. It was
already
out. It was out of the scene. Yeah.
So there's this like 411. Like,
when I really got into skating, because I had a skateboard from 5 years old, 12, but it was always like a Pokemon deck or something from Walmart.
Yeah.
So I just always had a skateboard, but I never skated.
Skated.
Yeah.
Okay. There's like this issue of 411. There's like this dude in there, Jeremiah Vance, and he fell in that 411, and nobody ever heard of him again. Like, literally was skating for Element and Vans and all this shit. Nobody ever heard of him. Like, the other day, I was like, man, I wonder what this dude's like up to. So I typed his shit up on like YouTube, and it's like, now he's a professional UFC fighter, and like, just the whole gigs or whatever. And it's just like, he's got this thing called like the rubber guard or something. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. Like, Joe Rogan talked about it or whatever, and it's like some fucking move that he does, and it's like, dude doesn't even skateboard anymore.
I've heard that. I've heard the term.
Yeah, he's like, the dude don't even skateboard anymore. He like filmed a video of him like going and buying a brand new Complete and like stepping back on the skateboard after like 20 years, and it was just like, oh shit. And it's just like, he was like doing the whole like, yeah, I used to be sponsored back in the day, and it was just like, dude, these like the dudes in the skate shop like, oh yeah, like like for who, you know, like for who? And he's like, oh, for Element, and Vans, and Bones, and da-da-da-da, and they're just like, oh, so you know, like, they started name dropping. He's like, yeah, like, so or his Ghetto Child Wheels, so he started name dropping back, and, like, I mean, bro skated, but it was just, like,
kind of a cringe.
Yeah, just like you said, like, it's the past. Like, dude, some dudes are, like, they don't care about that shit. Like, Heath Kirchart, like, that's my favorite, like, favorite dude. Like, that's why I skate the hat backwards if I do go skate. Like, literally, that's just, like, my dude, man.
You wear
like,
the all white.
If I got it, I'll wear all black, all white, all whatever. Like, that's the dude. Like, that's why I learned how to do, like, legitly front blends. Like, I seen it do, like, him do one in person after, like, being a kid and seeing the end and all that shit, and him lip slide El Toro and all that. But, like, I seen him do one in person.
You're talking about, like, him and the Jeremy Klein shit?
Yeah. So after, like, all that, like, I met him in person. I seen him do a front blunt, and he backside flipped out off a hubba, and it was just, like, mind blown. But my camera fucking died. And so I missed the ender of the demo. Yeah. But, yeah, dude, I seen that he, like, just quit. Like, he did his Stay Gold video, and, like...
Yeah, and you have to, like, find this part.
Yeah, so you gotta hunt for it now. It's just, like...
No, yeah, I found out, I, like, did some internet shit. I heard about this, like, secret...
Easter eggs?
Secret Heath part.
Yeah.
You had to go to the display menu, like, for, the parts. Like, they had the parts set out.
Yeah.
Like a chapter menu. That's what it's called. When it first pops up, it's on the top name, right? Or the intro. It's on the intro. You push up on your remote, whatever you're using. I was using Xbox, but DVD or whatever. You push up, and it disappears.
Yeah.
And then you push the OK button, and the Heath Kirchart part pops up.
It's Easter egg.
It was pretty, like, never heard of any shit like that in a skate video, and I was pretty...
There's a few like that.
I'm saying that was the first for me.
Really? They're in a lot of BMX videos.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's, like... that's just the community. Like, it's fun to go, like, hunt through and find some shit on, like, a video, or, like, go back and, like, recollect with it. But, like, yeah, with that though, it's just like, dude dropped the fire part and just was done. And it's, like, weird to see some dude just kind of do that. Like Kyle Frederick, I think we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Just,
Like, I said he's in
now he's welding. Yeah, like drifting and all that shit. Yeah, it's like, it's weird that some dudes, like I said, they just... industry collapsed and they couldn't become pro, or like they weren't that, like... And
I feel like in some situations, maybe more like a Kyle Frederick, I don't know him, so I'm not saying this is how he feels, but I feel like some of them get bitter, and that's why...
True.
That's the way that they look at it, and that's the way that's like, oh yeah, man, I did that shit, it was fun while it lasted, but fuck that shit, you know, like shit like that. Because I mean, I met I don't know if I've said this one before. I met Josiah Gatlin, and I talked with him about, like, well, no, when it was him, when I saw him, I didn't know it was him, but it looked like him, right?
Yeah.
I was like, are you Josiah Gatlin? Guy told me no. I started saying this shit. I was like, man, like, I know he, like, kind of, like, fell out, like, quit the skating shit, and he's like, no, man, it's me. I was like, oh, dude. I was like, he was like, I'm fucking with you, it's me. I was like, totally. I was like, I hate saying this. I was at spot. I was hammered. Normal situation, right?
Yeah.
Immediately changed my tone. I was like, but I was serious. Like, it was just like, when I was saying it, I was not thinking of how I was saying it, because I said, like, fell out, like,
yeah,
and I didn't mean it. Like, like, and I didn't mean it like that. But no, the dude really wrote an article for Jenkum and was like explaining his situation and why nobody's seen him.
Yeah.
And I told him that, like, I'm glad somebody did that, you know. 'Cause
yeah.
I know that it's happened to other people and they just don't talk about it.
Exactly.
He wrote a whole article, and now he does, like, something with, like, what's it called, like, graphic design or something like that? Some sort of design. But I was like, no, dude, that shit fucking, like, that's tight that you at least, like, spoke up. Like, you let some people know, like, there is a dark side of that shit. Like, you think you're gonna be the next thing, because he was on the barracks, all that shit.
I remember that. Yeah, he was like fire. Yeah,
because he won Bang Yourself.
Yeah,
like the first one or the second one.
Yeah,
and the shit was fucking badass part. Like, little, like, you know, you do your own banging pretty much, but you did it in the streets. I wish they still did that, because that was good. That was good. Like a video contest. Yeah,
that's like...
Yeah, he won that shit, and then he was just on there all the time.
Yeah, that's like...
He ended up living in a truck at Walmart. Yeah, he, like, zeros, like, something about the money and all this shit. You know, I don't really... I read it, like, 3 years ago, but from what I remember, it was, like, basically, like, the money wasn't rolling in, like, You think it's gonna happen. He's living in his truck at Walmart. And one day he just said, "Fuck it, dude." Like, but yeah, no, I really like that because now people like they can go back, read it, and understand. Like, oh damn, maybe like, you know, not to like belittle the idea of wanting to do it, but like they can understand that, oh shit, like this can happen type shit. But it's only if you let it happen, you know. I think like
some dudes get caught.
It's weird. It's weird how it works.
Yeah, it's like some dudes get into the industry and like they get their breaking chance or whatever, and like maybe the company that they got on, like that gave them that break, isn't working out, and it's like, okay, well I'm gonna go try and ride for this, and it's like that company like, nope, like, you ain't gonna fucking start.
He started with 0.
Yeah,
but this is right around when like Stealth and shit came out.
I never heard of them.
Stealth was like they're like trying to make the
Threat. Are you talking about
Threat? Yeah, I said Stealth. Fucking wrong.
No, you're good. Threat. No, because I said that because I remember Forrest Edwards, same weird situation. Like, Threat was happening, and then the black box distribution fell apart, and like, it was so weird. Like seeing those dudes ride slave boards, and like meeting Tom Cranglove, and dude was like a filmer or whatever. Like, that's what they listed him as. Like, oh, Tom Cranglove is like the filmer for Zero or some shit. And the next thing you know, he's like riding for what's it called? For what, the Weekend or some shit? I don't know.
Like WKND. Yeah, Weekend.
Who knows? I don't know.
It's called Weekend. It's called Weekend.
I don't know.
That was like one of the last new companies when I was still avidly skating to come in. So yeah, I remember it's Weekend.
Yeah, it's like I just keep up with like, was it public transport, like transportation out of Atlanta, and like that anti-Ferg dude or whatever skates in big ass Tims.
Oh, dude, that dude's funny.
Dude, that shit's gnarly. Like, does that crazy like laser flip up the step up and like does that wild boneless off. Doesn't even land it. He just like skates through. He's like, "Yo, get the fuck out the way!" Like, for every time I go to Jack's Beach, it's like I always want to do that. Just
dude, no, and that's a new thing too. Like a new thing is like skate comedy. Like, you never really
Wrecking Ball. Yeah, that dude's in town.
Weck, and then that dude, Anti-Ferg. Yeah, skateboarding is going into a real different direction. Some of it I like, some of it I don't. But at the end of the day, I guess it's all skating. You know, in a sense.
I get it. And
I don't have to agree with all of it.
No, I get it in Stevie's sense. Like, Stevie Williams was like, we gotta have like they're saying like authority and organization, and like we can't let these like whack dudes like in the, like I get it. Because, like, you don't want those dudes, like...
in Louis Vuitton and that kind of...
Wally's got a DC out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, that's
weird.
weird.
I don't know if that counteracts with one thing, because it's like... I'm not saying fuck high fashion and skateboarding. No, whatever. If they do it and it works, it works. I don't care. I don't get the money for it, but... It's more of like... Back in the day, you wouldn't... And that's the problem, is I'm thinking back in the day. But it's like, you wouldn't really see shit like that. Like, when I was
was high fashion back when we were kids.
Right. Yeah, you had
that was very high fashion.
Terry Crews, you had the Terry Kennedy, the Skater Die, the one you were talking about. Shout out Terry Crews though, he's pretty funny. Not TK, man, my bad. That was high fashion though. Like, and you got it at the skate shop.
Supra was high. Remember when like DC used to be like?
Bro, Chad Muska was trying to bring that shit in with the sky tops. I'm telling you, that's what that was.
Dude, he was doing it.
Yeah,
he was out there in Elementality or whatever my element. The fuck, like whatever drugs he was on up into like I don't know what happened, but his ass came out and he tail slid down the thing. He was wearing fucking bandanas again and like skin tight jeans and like dude was listening to like heavy metal like 80s shit and it was just like, how are you skating them fucking moon boots, dude? Like, and then Stevie came out with his dumbass shit like fucking Payless Supra that had like 10 straps on top of it.
Payless Supra.
Yeah.
Stevie Williams. Oh.
That is like the S1, SW1 or something. It had like...
Yeah, no.
I remember like all them crazy... And then TK did the Society shit, and it was just like, what are y'all doing?
With the Vaders and shit.
It's like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I think probably the most normal looking shoe was the Antoine Dixon from Supra. It had to be the most normal looking. And back when it first came out in that blue gum, and I hated gum sole. I've gotten older, and that's a sick shoe now. Oh no, I remember specifically telling those dudes that's the ugliest shoes I've ever seen. They're fucking navy blue, or like obsidian navy blue with gum sole. I'm like, so ugly. And they're trying to tell me it's tough. I was sticking to my guns. It's ugly as fuck. Now, change my mind. Change my mind a little bit. They're pretty hard. Oh, dude, I guarantee you can go on fucking eBay right now and find them for fucking $40.
Probably like Macari or something, but yeah, it's been a pain. I've been seeing like Actions and shit like that.
Action is coming back.
They're back. It sucks
for the like second or third time.
They had like Andrew Pott and shit on their team.
Dude,
and like Manny Santiago. I almost won a pair of his shoes just a fucking few days ago on eBay.
What? That's tight.
Like brand new in the box. I was like, man, I might get these and skate them. Like, but then I thought about it and I was like, well, they're hella old and like I don't want to spend $50 and like the fucking sole falls off or something. Like some raggedy ass shoe or some shit. But
that was
I don't know. I just been getting the strays. Jamie,
you like those?
Antoine. No, Antoine was wearing them and like Boo's wearing them and
when I first seen them, the high top ones,
like Chucks.
They look like skate highs.
PF Flyers or some shit.
They look like skate highs. I commented on their shit. I said these skate highs are sick. They liked it. They power moved me, bro. I was trying to talk shit. They power moved me. I respect them from now on. Strays are cool.
They didn't delete your comment.
Yeah, they just liked it. Strays are cool with me.
I mean, shit. None of their shoes are over like $50.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing too. It's like when Vox had the budget shoes.
That company. My buddy John was getting shoes from them.
Vox were terrible.
Really? That was such a... I think the only reason why I think they were terrible is because every nigga that skated a pool or a bowl or something skated them.
Oh, dude, because everybody on Creature rode for Vox.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, when you actually like try to like street skate on them, like kick flips and shit, they just deteriorate.
Yeah.
But as far as if you're just kind of just riding coping, yeah, they're good. They're great. You don't gotta flick.
Put your little pool...
The second you gotta start kick flipping, tray flipping, into this grind, out of this grind.
Was it nobody's street skating a fucking Vox?
Yeah, because they would just deteriorate.
It's like no cushion in them or nothing. It's like...
Dude, you could take them apart. You could take the sole off of the off of the top, and like the little, like it was this little, it was like that shape, like circle, but like had like a point to it, and that was the padding, and it was just this little fucking thing between the heel, like in the middle.
That sucks.
Like part of a sandwich almost. Like
what's your favorite kick?
Favorite shoe?
Yeah, like just obviously Dunks and Nike Blazers.
I mean that's like rocking.
But like just
skating them, skating wise, like
no, just like if that wasn't like if Nike's not an option, like what are you grabbing? But like don't say half caps.
No. I only ever owned one pair of half caps. And I didn't skate them.
They suck.
I had the Metallica ones, and I didn't skate them. But favorite. Shit, you fucked me up there. Because I don't really remember. Because I used to try all this kind of shit. I used to try different shoes. Never had S. So
really?
No, never had a pair of
Damn.
S.
Damn. You done fucked up. You gotta get yourself a pair of... God dang, dude. It's like, like when people say like they never had something, like you gotta take them and like show them a good time. You gotta get yourself a pair of like OG Excels and understand like the fucking girth and the like just the like dude, like some Kelly Hart like PJ Ladd shit. Like I don't know how those dudes like still skate those things. Like I like the Slims.
They've slimmed down. Yeah,
the Slims are beautiful. Those are great.
Like S lost weight.
Yeah, because they fell apart. God, everybody just falls apart and comes back.
They had to sit down, lose some weight, bring the shoes back, less weight on them.
Yeah.
No. Skateboarding is a weird fucking thing.
It's very
favorite shoe.
fast-paced.
I'll name it real quick, and then I've had a good time talking.
Me too.
I've had a real good
close
time.
out on the shoes.
Yeah, we'll close out with this one because this talk. Yeah, this is the shit we needed to hear.
Yeah.
I knew last time you had some shit to say, but hey man,
We had a good time.
we was partying it up on that one, all right. And I came in a little pre-baked, so that's my fault.
A little loosey-goosey.
Put that shit on me. I was pre-baked. But no, favorite shoe. I'm just gonna go with what's coming to my head right now. First shoe, and I've said it before. First shoe I ever bought, Chris Cole, fucking Ripper,
purple.
The fawns.
Purple or black, yeah. It was falling.
Dude,
My whole back of my bedroom door was falling ads.
really?
Yep.
I'll just leave out on you know who Reverend Barron is?
I'm gonna be honest and say right now, I can't even.
Real quick, Reverend Barron is Danny Garcia.
Egar.
Listen to his music.
Oh yeah,
Reverend
no,
Barron,
yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's gave like Habitat.
Exactly.
And shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
His shoe, hands down, best shoes. S's.
Oh yeah, they
Dude.
were like the different looking ones. I
They were
remember
very like pointy and
Yeah,
vulcanized.
yeah,
Then he had a
yeah.
capsule one too, the first one.
those. Right. Hell
Good
yeah.
ones, but I like to say thank you for
Oh no. Dude,
getting me on
definitely.
MOFF Talks and
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
doing this again the second time and
Yeah.
being the first person, you know, get
Dude,
a rerun at it. So I
repeat.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no.
Thank you,
No, it was tight.
Cormex and everybody else over there for holding it down. Shout out to Sin Skate Club again. Those are the dudes right there out of St. Louis, holding it down out there in OP as well. Shout out Big Mark Johnson. You know what I'm saying out there? Full Cab God. And we got, you know,
A full cab flip guy.
yeah, we got
He runs it
Neely.
himself.
We got Neely do that. The smoothest dude on a board you'll ever meet. And, you know, he's in the studio tonight as well. So.
Yeah, no, that's ATR, bro.
ATR.
All terrain O'Neill, bro.
That's a monster.
ATR.
But yeah, shout out to the homies in Jax and have a good night.
Night, day, whatever time it was.
Yeah, I don't know what shit.
Most importantly, shout out to the viewers, man. We appreciate y'all. Every last one of us. But
yeah, just keep an eye out for Roots, I guess, and keep an eye out for the next BMX
listen
skate.
what he's saying.
Yeah, BMX skate event. We'll get everybody together at Hemming and kind of meet up and get some petitions going or some, get some people out there talking and just kind of make it like a family barbecue event at the park. Like,
Right, that's
just
the kinda
pull up.
shit,
I don't.
kind of shit we fucking need.
I'm sure we got rules there, whatever. But if we pull up respectfully and we pull up like a
You take a beer, you bring a beer.
yeah. Don't be a dickhead to security or whatever. Just
Right.
show up respectfully, do our thing, and then just try to get the voice heard that we need an actual park in the city and not a playground.
Hell yeah. No more daycares.
No more daycares, no more playgrounds.
Hell yeah.
So
Well, shit, Tim. Appreciate you coming through, bud. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
It's us over and out. Appreciate it.
My